Yeah, you already know. Accountability is greater than entertainment. For sure it is. Poindexter Lounge, I see you out there, player. I see you. Keep up the good work. Keep doing what you do.
And action.
Okay, so they ganged up on me. I had no choice. Hi guys. You know who I am, Judith.
It's the real April O'Neil, Judith Hogue, on the Poindexter Lounge.
He's got a gun to my head, I swear.
Nah,
No, he doesn't.
nah, just some nunchucks.
Some nunchucks and a sigh or two.
Thanks, Judith.
You are so...
What's up, nerd family? Welcome once again to the Poindexter Lounge. My name is Enosh, aka Enosh Fett, and it is so good to be with you all in the lounge today. And let me tell you something, if this is your first time to the lounge, man, you picked an awesome time to start watching the Poindexter Lounge. Like, I'm serious. Like, if I'm imagining like the millions of people out there who have never seen the Poindexter Lounge, you have no idea what the Poindexter Lounge is about, and you stumbled upon this video from somewhere, you know, somebody shared a link on Twitter or something or somewhere, and you're like, what in the world is this Poindexter Lounge guy? You have picked a great time to join our nerd family. But let me just say, look, the Poindexter Lounge is a place for nerds. It's a place where you and me and my crew and all my nerd friends can get together and talk about the things that we love. Things like TV shows, movies, games, sci-fi, fantasy, comic books, superheroes, toys, and so much more. And if those are things that you enjoy, get your blood flowing, get you up in the morning, or just like Superman, raise you right up out of the grave, then, ladies and gentlemen, you have found the right place, and we would ask you humbly to consider being a part of this group by hitting that subscribe button and that notification bell so that you are a part of us and that you know when we put out new videos, because we're constantly putting out videos. This is like the second one today, and I was working on another one earlier. So, you know, we're always working on something for y'all. That being said, today and every day really is a great day to be here. Like I said, lots of stuff has happened today. We're going to talk about some of that stuff. We're going to recap some of the stuff. If you missed it, our little mini stream earlier tonight where we announced who our special guest for the Deck the Hall of Justice event on Sunday the 20th would be. And we're going to talk about who that person is. We already announced it, and we're going to talk about who that is. But before I do that, ladies and gentlemen, I do want to say thank you to all of our members, everybody who's a member of the channel. You guys are fantastic. Garguts Entertainment, Aaron Entertainment, Mark Moran, Darth Tasty, Cylon Scotty, Sophie, Goober, Nerdy in Many Ways, Dawson himself, Brian the Master of None, Ambassadorial Wing, Thumbako, which is our good friend Tony, who looks like Ray Liotta, Amparo One, Zip Havoc, Jeff Blotfelty. That's always a tongue twister for me, but I love you, Jeff, and you know I do. And then, of course, all of our Patreon supporters, Dawson, Brian, D-Rel, Tony, CJ Monk, Cylon Scotty, Jeff, Ross, Justin, Darth Tasty, Corey Bronco Flores, and you know what? And also a special shout out to all of you who give super chats during this. And I didn't even get to the super chats in our last stream, so I'll be thanking you guys here in just a minute. But there's a reason for that. There's a reason why I played that last clip that I just did of Judith Hogue, because Judith Hogue, to me, is the real April O'Neil. And look, every month we do a giveaway here at the channel. We give stuff away to everyone who's a Patreon supporter or a member or just gives a super chat. I've got all those names, and we give that stuff out. And so somebody who's going to be joining us tonight, our good friend Brian Master of None, he won this awesome Star Wars poster. And that I said, you know, we're going to do a couple. I actually decided tonight we got 3 that we're going to give away. And the second round of that for the holiday season is this five film collection of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the anniversary edition. It says, now you might be thinking, well, okay, yeah, so there was 5 Turtles movies, right? There's, you know, live action movies, we should say. There was the original, which we talked about last night. It was absolutely fabulous. It's quotable. It will always go down as one of the greatest. Secret of the Ooze wasn't quite there, but it was still on par. Part 3, it had some issues, but I still really enjoy part 3. But you might be thinking, well, so we're getting the newer ones, right? No, on this set, you get Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, you get Secret of the Ooze, you get Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3, you get the animated movie TMNT, which was really great. And then for all of us DC fans, you get Batman versus Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It's a pretty cool 5 movie set for sure. And like I said, all you got to do to get that is simply to be a Patreon supporter, a member, or just give a super chat at any time, and you are in the running for this. And once we give this away, we'll give this away at the end of this week. We've got another special gift for our Patreon supporters and members and everybody. And look, it's as cheap as just $1 on the Patreon and $2 for the membership. So you know what? They're talking in the back that it sounded like that the poster was rigged, and honest to God, it was not rigged. I know him and Brian and Darth Tasty were going back and forth wanting that poster, and it just happened to come up Brian. So we got to do what we got to do. But hey, before I go any further and before we address the chat, I just want to say welcome to our guests tonight, and we'll have more guests. I've sent out some invites. Hey, if you guys are out there and you got an invite, hey, come on in here, right? And then also here, I will also put this. Now I'm going to copy this. I'm going to copy the invite to the chat, and I will just say this. I am not promising everybody that will get in. We are going to have a regular chat night sometime this week, but there may be some people that I bring in for a while or whatever, and have you maybe talk about some stuff. But hey, there it is right there, and we will try to get to some of your questions, some of your comments, and some other stuff. But I do have some people already here as our beginning panel, and of course that is Brian, Master of None. What's up, Brian, Master of None?
Not much, guys. How's everybody doing out there in YouTube world?
We're doing good. I'm doing
Fantastic.
good. I'm having a good day.
There you go. Well, I mean, dropping some news like that, you're bound to have a great day, sir.
Well, like I know there are those who said that I was not cultured. Like, I don't know. I think the thought was that I may not know who Ye is. I don't know who I know who Ye is, but even if I didn't, you know what? I know who Dre is. I know who Ice Cube is. I know who Eazy-E is. Actually, with my name Enosh here, my my nickname for a while among some of my friends was Eazy-E. So because I got curly hair and I had that same mullet for a while. So but yeah, it's all fun. It's all good. But like my friend Ice Cube once said, today I didn't even have to use my AK. Gotta say it was a good day. Ladies and gentlemen, he didn't have to use his AK today, but you know what? He's always ready to pop off a cap if he has to. Ladies and gentlemen, you love him. I love him. He loves me now. I don't think he always did, but you know what? We settled that beef, and now we're friends, and now we're attacking other things. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Zsjl Abdul, what's going on, man?
What's I'm just here so I could win that Ninja Turtle disc.
I'll be expecting that membership, that Patreon, or that super chat soon. So.
Thanks for the invite, man.
Absolutely, man. Hey, also one of the biggest supporters. I think he's actually, man, I don't know, between him and Scotty, man, they're always like neck and neck, man. They're just going for it. But he's an awesome guy. He's absolutely fabulous. I love him in every way. I haven't talked to him in a little while, and he's going to round out our first four. Mr. Tony, a.k.a. Ray. What's up, Tony?
Hey, guys. How you doing?
Doing well, man.
Right on.
Always good to see you.
Absolutely, Tony. How you doing, man?
Now,
we haven't met before, but it's good to see you, my friend.
Good to see you.
Yeah, man.
Zsjl,
AKA.
Yep, Zsjl.
I see the Ray Liotta. Oh, go ahead. Yeah,
you see the Ray Liotta? Yeah.
Sorry, I'm on the grainy camera tonight. I didn't pull up the. I can fix it. fix this halfway through.
All
I'll pull
right.
up the tablet. I look better. I swear to
Well, that's the thing, man. That's the thing. We're now streaming in 1080p, so we gotta have a clear picture of you, my friend.
I gotta
Okay.
get a better camera.
All
here.
right, yeah. You set it up. You get it going, and then we'll get you in there. So
I'll just be like, you'd be like, there's 2 Tonys in here now.
look. If we could put up with 2 Nicotinas in here in the thing earlier, man, we got you. All right.
I got nothing on Nicotina.
But that being said, guys, I do want to say shout out to everybody. Andrew here is in the back. He'll be in here in just a little while. We'll bring him in. But say hi to him. Say hi. What's up, Corey? What's up, Zen Tech, all the way from down under? It's good to see you, my friend. My friend, it's always good to see him. I miss him, man. He's such a good guy, and I always miss him when we don't get a chance to talk to him for a while. What's up, Jeff? I'm glad you made it here, my friend. We also have Barcelona B up in this
Barcelona.
place. Yes. We got Oliver Queen. So everybody duck for flying arrows. We got Ryan Harwell up in here. I love Ryan. By the way, Ryan, I did get your stuff mailed out to you, sir. So you should be receiving it. He won last month's giveaway, which was the Matrix trilogy on Blu-ray and a copy of the Animatrix. So
cool.
Yeah. So
Good stuff.
yeah, that was a pretty popular one. In fact, we're bringing that one back. I got a whole other set of that for later down the line, guys. Yes. See, I'm answering your question even before I saw it. Did you send mine, by the way? Yes, I did. we had a little bit of a pause there for that because we didn't get infected, but we did get quarantined for a while, and I didn't want to send.
Right.
I didn't want to
be a
send.
super spreader.
Yeah, I did not want to do that. I didn't want to send anything out. There we go.
Right.
There we go. What's up, Double MJ in the house? Good to see you, sir. Look at that, nerdy in many ways. He says, "I need it."
Well, he has a good chance, according to how Brian got it. So
you are talking about the DVD set, right?
He's not talking about the creek down the way.
You're not talking about the creek.
Hey, I'll give him credit. He's still.
I hate you fuckers, by the way.
Well, there we go. So that just got demonetized. What's up, Kenneth? Good to see you,
I'll
Kenneth.
send you more
Good to see
money tomorrow.
What's up, Gillis? My friend Gillis, what's going on? What's
yeah,
good? Cylon Scotty bringing it up here. What's up, everyone? Kenneth up in here. To Enosh, today is the 42nd anniversary of the opening of Superman, the movie in theaters.
Awesome.
Man, happy Superman, the movie day. Happy Superman, the movie. Do you all remember where you were 42 years ago today?
Negative.
I thought probably.
I was walking. I was 3, so I was definitely walking.
I was 2. So
78.
Yeah.
I was -5.
I didn't exist.
the proteins hadn't even yet come together to form Brian.
My parents hadn't even met yet.
I did not exist.
Oh my goodness. Oh my
You're in
goodness.
middle school.
Yeah.
What's up, Sophie? Always one of my favorites. What's up,
Hi, Sophie.
Sophie? Good to see you. We are Venom. We are Venom. What's up? We are Venom. We are Poindexter Lounge. We are all Poindexter Lounge together. All right, good to see you. Katsuka, 1992. Oh, dude, I love that picture. It says, "Hey guys, what's everyone's favorite curse word?" we're gonna get to that probably.
So we're good to go.
But
Hey,
hey,
Ryan's with truck.
just for you, Katsuka. So I found this a couple weeks ago.
Ooh,
Oh yeah, baby.
that's very
Very
nice.
That's for you and your avatar there.
Well, just from the look at, he didn't win it, right?
No. He did not. We did not win it. No. This just to look at. This one's mine.
That's not a giveaway.
Learn the rules here. That's all.
But no.
Real quick on that one.
No, I'll tell you what. I can't wait to open this one though for sure. I'll tell you what, man.
How much for
I'm
Super
about as
Chat for
excited.
the,
I'm about as excited to open this one.
Ooh.
Look at that
Ooh.
puppy.
You gotta
That's
keep
nice.
that package. You gotta keep that fresh. I don't know.
I know, man. You know, it's like I know, man. But you know what? My DC stuff, I open, man. My DC
Yeah.
stuff, I got all these Black Series, ones that I keep in the package.
Right.
But the DC stuff, I love to take out and display and pose. I mean, because you got this is my first Deathstroke action figure, by the way.
That's awesome. I can't find that anywhere. Like,
Oh, dude, I pre-ordered this sucker and I was so happy when it came in.
PL.
So, all right, so we got that. Who else? Anybody else in here before? That's one way to put it.
There you go.
That's one way to put it.
You skirted the curse word thing altogether, and we've already demonetized this. So what are your favorite curse words, boys?
Hey, calm down there, Leota. All right, calm down there, Leota. Let's see. My thing jumped here, so I'm trying to get back to where I was real quick. But hey, what's up, Richard Gilbert? Good to see you. Love the avatar. What's up, man? What's up, Igor? Good to see you.
Sure,
Igor was at the theater. I like that.
Nice.
Let's see. Let's see. What's up, Frontman? Frontman, don't touch my bat. What? Oh my gosh.
Right.
W Murr says Zack Snyder's Justice League could theoretically save movie theaters if released at the right time. That's true. It could bring in enough for that. That's a good look right there. You know what? I will share my thoughts on this. You know what? And we'll get to that in just a second. So I'm not going to forget to share my thoughts on that, because honestly, I have not talked about this yet. So we'll bring it up, and Kenneth, I will definitely share my thoughts on this. What's up, Arkham Gaming? Says, hi, how are you doing? Why are people saying that the Black Adam movie and the Flash movie aren't going to happen, and it's not on DC slate? Why does that make? That does not make any sense. That doesn't make any sense.
No, Flash coming out 2022.
You know what that is? That's some Marvel fans like hoping. That
I'm a Marvel fan. Come on, man.
Black Adam just posted a picture of a new cast member for Black Adam, so
yeah,
that's happening too. So yeah, don't
The
believe
Rock
that.
The Rock
Yeah.
is huge.
Yes.
Like he's as big as I've ever seen him since Hercules.
Yeah, good lord. Yeah, he ain't going nowhere. He ain't going nowhere.
No,
He ain't
no,
going nowhere.
that's amazing.
That movie's happening several times over. All right. So, guys, before we jump into anything else, we could talk about Tyler Hoechlin. We got a whole slate of stuff that we could talk about. We're talking about Zack Snyder's Justice League possibly being R-rated because Batman's going to drop an F-bomb. He came this close to saying the S word in Batman v Superman. You know, I mean, that when he saw Doomsday coming at him, he was like, "Oh," and then it was nope. And then it was like, so instead of the S word, we got the Wonder Woman. So so we got that to talk about. We got Patti Jenkins basically dropping her own F-bomb on Joss Whedon.
A figurative F-bomb.
A figurative F-bomb on Joss Whedon. I have not talked about this yet. I know it's a couple of days old, but I'm sorry, I got to talk about it because it's fantastic. It's still relevant and fantastic. and if we get to it, like we'll talk about Tyler Hoechlin, Superman suit. If we get to it, maybe some Chris Pine, D&D, because I know that Brian wants to talk about that.
I like
Chris Pine doing D&D?
Well, he was one of my favorite captains. So I mean,
He's
Absolutely.
one of the best captains. But he's doing D&D?
Yeah, it was just announced today. Yeah, we're not going to jump into that yet. That's when we get to it. but yes, to answer your, I wouldn't have it on the slate, Tony. This is a professional show. Do you not understand that?
I missed the early freaking thing. Yeah, I forgot. I wasn't here for the walkthrough. I'm sorry.
It's been too long since you've been here, Tony. I love you, man.
I know. I wasn't here for the walkthrough. I'm sorry. Next time I will.
I'm not Mike Zero. I don't put fake stuff on the slate. All right. I'm sorry. That got a little real. I'm sorry, Tony. I was.
Stop getting real, man. This is the Poindexter's Lounge.
That was a joke. I love you, buddy. You know I love you.
You know I love you. You know I
All right.
love you.
You know I love you. You know I love you. All right. So, guys. So today, I released this Deck the Hall of Justice, the big event that is happening on Sunday. For those of you who don't know and you're here tonight, this is the schedule. It's an all-day event. Many different streamers are part of this, and you're going to want to be a part of this. You guys are going to want to watch. I know some people have said that they're taking the day off work. My son has to work that day.
I'll be taking the day off.
My son Isaac has to work that day, but he did tell his boss when a certain something happens on our channel, because I told my family that my family has to be a part of a segment, that day. And he told his boss, he's like, who's a big nerd? His boss is a big nerd. He told him, he says, this is what's happening. And he's like, what? And he's like, yes, I have to be available. I'm just letting you know, no matter how many people are in the store, I am taking my break at that time. His boss said yes. So from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m., we got the Den of Nerds going on. We got 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. We got Multiversity. We got 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. Women of the Watchtower. 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. is World's Finest. 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. is Poindexter Lounge. Right here, baby. Yes. Yeah. Then we got 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. is the Four Nerds, our good friends there. And then Zsjl used to be one of them nerds.
Yeah, and I will one of those slots, I'll let you kind of finish the reading. I'm going to make a surprise appearance on one of these slots.
Check you out
on that day. Yeah.
Check you out.
I wonder where. Yeah, it's a little spoiler. Yeah.
Well, it's a little spoiler action going on there. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you'll hear it first here in the Poindexter Lounge.
That's the first time saying it, actually.
5 p.m. to 7 p.m. You got the League of Mayhem, which my lovely wife, the lovely Tiff-tastic, will be on that with the Nerd Queens and Wonder Meg and all them. And I tell you what, that's the stream. You just never know who's going to show up on that stream. Exactly.
May get Debbie Snyder.
Exactly.
Hey, Brian.
Zach Lee.
Might as well do it in slow motion now.
Hey, Brian.
It's like Zootopia.
Yeah.
1 year later.
right.
I ain't saying nothing. You just never know.
You
just never know. I just told my wife, if anything like that ever happens and she's on there and like Zach just shows up because now she's part of that whole thing there on League of Mayhem, I'm like,
stay calm.
I'm sneaking in. Like I'll be right back here.
Right.
I already did that.
Superman.
I already did that, dude. I already did that when Ray Porter was on. They had Ray Porter on this last week, and I told them because they said I could come in. But the week before, the first time that Tiffany ever met the Nerd Queens, I was here, and Tiffany came downstairs to bring me something to show them. And she came down in her, she's got the onesie from Birds of Prey, the Harley Quinn onesie. And she's got the little stuffed animal of Bruce, the hyena. And so she came in, she brought it to me, and they thought it was super cute. And that's how she met the Nerd Queens. Well, now that she's on there, the first week they were on, they were joking about me wearing, that I was going to sneak in on Tiffany the same way. So I actually put Tiffany's onesie on, and I came down here and I was in the onesie. And so, yeah, it was something to behold. You can find it. Look, they've got it on, got it on Twitter, man. They've got it on Twitter, man. They've got the still frame and everything, man, on Twitter. And so then, this last
I've actually seen it, and that's what I'm saying. I don't want to see it again.
Then this last Tuesday, they had Ray Porter on, and they were joking. They said that I could come down and meet Ray because I've been trying to get Ray on the show for a while, Ray Porter, and they said I could come down, that I could meet him as long as I was wearing the onesie again. So I put the onesie on, and I snuck in, and I had my face right here behind here, right there, basically, and they couldn't see me. And so nobody said anything. So I snuck down, and because of where my chair is, I could sneak down where Tiffany was saying.
Sorry.
And like scared her and stuff. And they saw me. And then it was really cool because somebody actually drew this. And you can see there up in the right-hand corner, me like sneaking out or like around on the side there for Tiffany. And these were all things that had stuff to do with what happened that night. So we joked that we'd send Ray Porter the onesie so that he could wear it. And then Fat Mo was joking about like doing a cooking show with him. So it was a fun time. Well, look, that's how we roll here in the Poindexter Lounge, guys. You know that. We have fun here.
I just see over the corner. I'm from Canada.
Oh yeah. That was another joke.
So many inside jokes.
So many inside jokes. It's like Inception. It's like a dream inside a dream inside a dream inside a dream. You just keep going deeper down the rabbit hole.
Oh, man.
I have to say one thing, Brian.
Yes, sir.
My best friend's watching right now from Sault Ste. Marie, Ontario, and he just sent me a message and he said, "Master of None is a boss.
Oh,
Take
well,
notes.
thank you.
Dang.
Mustache notes." He
Well,
says.
you know, you all need to go subscribe to Brian Master of None. I'm telling you, with all the people who keep who keep loving on Brian here at the channel, man. I'm telling you what, y'all need to just go and show your love for Brian and subscribe to his channel. Brian, just tell us now where you can be found.
Well, my channel is The Master of None. Capital letters on the. Come on down. Well, I was kind of going for, I like football, so I was kind of going for like the whole like university type thing. Yeah. Ohio, whatever.
Like it won't pop up if you don't do all capital. Like
I don't know. I've never tried it. But no, I just mostly last couple of times I've done some streams, mostly just been hanging out. And I sent some invites out
lately. Playing a lot of Minecraft.
Oh yeah, I'm working on a stadium. It's good times. That's what I do at Minecraft.
We're just gonna put Brian over here. What if I can? We're gonna put Brian over here in my spot, and you can just host the show now, man.
He's got the show now for a little while. It's yours now for 15. Let's go.
So Tony, I see you got an Iron Maiden shirt on. That's a fantastic shirt, by the way.
Canadian flag? Oh, wait. Canadian flag on the Iron Maiden shirt?
There you go.
Okay, taking back power now. and now, Tony, this is just for you, buddy.
Oh,
that's so disturbing.
The drawing made it look better. Like the drawing made it look much better.
I like the ears.
I think this is my Christmas card.
I do too. Look, I am darn sexy.
Christmas card.
I'm darn
Love
sexy.
from the family.
Hey, and that woman right there loves me, so that's all I need.
That's all that matters.
That's all that matters. That's all that matters.
That's why it's my Christmas card. It's gonna be wonderful.
Oh yeah, back here. 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. we got Reel in Motion. 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. we got Comic Book Debate. 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. we got the Film Junkie and Chris Wong.
Yeah.
11 p.m. to 1 a.m. we got Lightcast Podcast. Now,
everybody.
Now I can't tell you what's going to happen on everybody else's channel because I don't know, right? But I can't. Apparently, Zsjl's going to show up somewhere.
Product placement, actually.
Just chilling. So, but I can tell you, we've been talking about, that we're going to have a guest here on the channel, and the question is, who's that guest going to be? Well,
have you told anybody yet?
Oh yeah, we just announced it today. Do you know who it is, Tony?
I do.
Did you see my Twitter feed?
I am a Patreon member.
Oh, that's right. You saw it 2 days ago. That's right. We announced it to you.
I'm a member. I'm a full member, man. I got like both bars.
Dude, you got it all covered. But that's right, ladies and gentlemen. We announced it today. The one, the only Ray Fisher.
Yes.
Will be here in the lounge on Sunday.
It'll be amazing.
Awesome.
Sunday, December 20th.
Have I asked you if I can come on yet?
December 20th.
I swear to God, I'll be sober. I will stay sober for that 100%.
All of the best Patreon subscribers get on. No, hey, but check it out. So December 20th, this Sunday. Ray Fisher will be here in the Poindexter Lounge, guys, from 1 to 3 p.m.
Awesome.
And he is excited about being here. Like he is, he thanked me for all of our support that we've shown him over this last few months. We were talking about just before we popped on. That's how Zsjl first found me, was because of me, talking about Ray Fisher and stuff. And he liked Ray, but he didn't like me. That joke's never gonna get old.
True story. True story.
Yeah. But no, it's so funny because
we're buddies now, Phil.
but here's the thing, guys. Like, seriously, I think this right here, a lot of people have really supported the channel over the last few months, and people have really wanted to see this. And just from me putting it out there on Twitter today, just the overwhelming response from everybody, people are retweeting it. People are excited. They're like, no way. I can't believe this. This is actually happening. And I kind of feel the same way, to be honest with you. I mean, like, it kind of hit me. I was making food the other day in the kitchen, and I've known about this for a few days. And so I was making food, and I realized like the weight of what this means, right? Because there's so much that goes along with this. Because when you think about it, like literally the last big interview that he did was Forbes magazine.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And the last interview like this, where he's actually going to be, where he's actually like on with somebody really, live like that, was a Justice Con.
Yeah. Can I ask a question?
Yes, sir.
So, did he give you carte blanche to ask whatever you want?
So here's the thing. I was being very respectful of him and his wishes, and I told him that, and I said, look, man, I know that there's a lot of people who are begging you for an exclusive, that they want, the story, I mean, we know people who have been like that, who've been demanding to know, everything and stuff. And I just said, hey, I want you to know I'm not asking for any exclusive. I'm not asking for anything like that. I'm just glad to have you on the channel. I want to do some good, because look, that whole day of streaming, guys, is to help support the AFSP for the Foundation for Suicide Prevention. And so that's what we want to do. We're going to raise money all day long, and that's where it's going. And so, guys, that's what I told him. I said, that's what I want that day to be. It could be chill, whatever. And he's like, he came back with, he says, man, hey, as far as like what we can, because I was like, hey, what would you like to talk about?
Yeah.
Right? Like, what do you want to talk? What can you talk about? What can you not talk about? I mean, guys, the investigation just got done.
Yeah, perfect timing.
And there ain't been no talk, like you know what I mean? No articles about, nothing.
So is he gonna talk about it, or
so here's what he told me. He said, as far as I'm concerned, he said there are no restrictions.
Oh, but make sure y'all tune in this Sunday.
Oh yeah,
it's gonna be a good Sunday.
Be there or be square.
Yeah, the only thing he said is, he says, there are still things happening. There's still things going on. Mm-hmm. Behind the scenes. He said, so if he finds out something that he can't necessarily talk about, he said he'll let me know in advance. And he said, if something comes up, he said there may be things that he can't go super deep into, he said, but hey, he says, if that happens, I'll tell you on the stream. Don't worry about it.
Think about like at Justice Con, like that was right at the beginning of it. And he went pretty deep at that point. And he kind of knew where to catch himself, and kind of, so I think once you get him started, he's going to just lay some fire out, man. Sunday.
Dude, you know what? Either way. And here's the thing.
Loves to talk.
Yes. Look, either way, no matter what is said, what isn't said, guys, it's just going to be awesome to have him here. Yeah. It's going to be awesome to see him here in the Poindexter Lounge. I mean, the guy, this all started over a tweet, and like I still remember where I was, what I was doing the day that it happened, and when it happened. That I found out. Ryan Zsjl messaged me and said, hey, congratulations on the tweet. And I was like, what? I didn't even use Twitter back then, dude. I was like, I had a Twitter, but I didn't even check it very often. And he's like, I'm like, what are you talking about? And I checked the thing, and I couldn't even I had to go through the whole thing to just try to find the original tweet, because because it just blew up so much. And so I'm just very thankful. I'm humbled. And it's like I told everybody over at Dawson's channel earlier today, I'm humbled. This is not just a win for the Poindexter Lounge. This is a win for all of us. This is for nerd culture. This is for all of you guys who have been with me this whole time and stuck with me and supported me as others attacked me and tried to, come at me while they're coming at, him for all the people who said, this Poindexter Lounge guy sucks. I don't know what he's doing. Why is he supporting Ray? He's never going to get anything out of it. Ray's never going to come on his channel, nothing like that. Look, I didn't support Ray to get Ray on my channel. I supported Ray because I felt that it was the right thing. And I felt like he was telling the truth. You know what I mean? Like, whoop, you okay there?
Yeah, we're good.
That's some truth that like literally busted through right there, man. Just boom. But no, that's the thing. It's like, I understand that those type of people, yeah, they'll say anything or agree with anybody or do anything that they have to do to just try to get some story or try to get somebody on their channel or whatever. That ain't me. I was just being true to myself. And like I said, I saw a man there that I believed, that I felt was doing the right thing. And so that's why I supported him.
That original video too, Enoch. I mean, I could just say off personal experience, like, that video wasn't like pretentious at all. Like you didn't make the video just looking at it like, oh, hopefully Ray Fisher watches this. You were just like, no, I'm just putting this out on my channel. This is my thoughts, like how you normally do. You just normally give your thoughts over, some crazy people's videos and and you just kind of put it out there. And so the fact that it got this far and this attention like that, that's pretty amazing. You just being yourself, so that's cool,
dude. That's and that's the thing is that's all I know how to be. I'm just being myself, and so like I all the stuff like you must have sent that to him and got it. It was like, dude, it's taken me this long to just even have a conversation with the man. Like, you think I got a direct line? Like, I got a bat phone here. That's got a cyborg phone. It's like, oh yeah, I'll just get you on the phone here and like, this is what I thought about this video. Yeah, no, it didn't happen that way. I do want to say a shout out to whoever this is. This
your brother,
Inashi, my brother. Maybe they pronounce it. Maybe they pronounce it Enosh as well.
Say whoever this is, my brother.
Yeah. Hey, what's going on?
Put an E at the end of everything.
Second Jedi.
Enter has an R at the end of it.
X Zach Lee. We got to make a shirt of that. Exactly.
There we go.
Oh,
that shirt.
Man. Oh my gosh, man. That would be a great shirt to just like drive home the point that we won. Put we won exactly. Oh, I like that. I like that a lot.
There, you gotta put we won on the back.
There you go. There you go. But yeah, so guys, that's the big story of the day. Hey, dang it. Thing keeps popping around. What's up, Ryan Hartwell with a $5 super chat? What's going on, Ryan? I hope you enjoy, by the way, the Matrix trilogy that we send you and the Animatrix. And says, what is your favorite Christmas film? And we can do that before we jump into the F-bombs that we're about to establish.
So this could be different. We're all different ages here, so this could be really interesting. What your favorite Christmas film is?
So what's your favorite Christmas film?
Oh, I put it in the chat earlier, but
did you?
Yeah, it was Batman Returns.
Oh yeah.
That's a Christmas movie. Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah, I put mine in the chat earlier. I'm a National Lampoon's Mark. The Griswold's Family Christmas.
Yep, that's Tiffany right there, man.
Well, then I forget about Scrooged. I love that movie too. So I'm like,
heck yeah.
80s Christmas movies were great. I'm just gonna say that. 90s Christmas movies not so much.
I gotta go. I'm for Christmas movies. I'm Die Hard, man. And I don't care what anybody says. Die Hard's a Christmas movie.
I like that. Yeah.
And It's a Wonderful Life is a good one too. That's like a classic.
Yeah. So man, if I gotta pick a Christmas movie, I would say Scrooged is definitely one of my favorite Christmas movies because I think that's like one of Bill Murray's last like Bill Murray movies.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Before
like
Bill Murray went up.
Day.
Yeah.
Groundhog's Day.
Well, even Groundhog's Day, that's, What About Bob? Those are Bill Murray movies. Back when Bill Murray was Bill Murray. It was like once he did Lost in Translation.
Yeah.
Something happened and we
started getting weird.
Yeah, we just didn't have
Aquamarine was weird or whatever.
Yeah, there's a few that were just weird like that. But man, if I gotta pick a Christmas movie, I just had one. Oh dang, what was that? I mean, Batman Returns is a really good one that people, I think, forget. I mean, even though it didn't come out at Christmas, it was
Like literally a Christmas setting. Yeah.
yeah, it's a Christmas setting. And dang it, I just had mine.
I like that Die Hard one. I
Home
forgot
Alone.
about.
Say Home Alone.
No. That's not it for me.
Right.
If I remember, I had it there for a second, and I totally lost it. I had it, and then I totally lost it. I know Tiffany is also a big fan of Elf. She loves Elf for sure. I'm not really a big fan of Elf, to be honest with you. I like Will Ferrell, but I don't think that it's one of Will Ferrell's.
That's one of my least favorite of him. Yeah, stronger
movies. Yeah, I don't think that it's.
I mean, for Christmas, I guess that's one people would pick though. But
yeah. I gotta say, like, without remembering what the other one was that I had, I gotta go with probably Scrooged at this point. Because Scrooged is just a. Yeah, it's a fun.
I like Gillis and the Chase, Lethal Weapon. I forgot about that one too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Well, Scrooge has all the Murrays in it. Like, it's got Brian Doyle Murphy and it's got his other brother Murphy in there. I forgot what his name is, but like, yeah, it was good.
Yeah. No, that brother Murphy and that brother Murphy and the other Murphy. And, yeah. Oh, Jingle All the Way is a good one too. Jingle All the Way is definitely a good one.
Yeah,
I still cry at the 34th Street thing. Like I still do. I cry. Macy's, the whole thing.
Still running.
Every Christmas. I've seen it since I was a kid. I still fucking cry. Sorry.
No, it's okay.
Hey, you know who I'm interested. Hold on a second. He's been back here since the beginning. I want to hear TW.
Hello.
What Theo?
Theo.
That's what the T is for.
Theo.
Yes. Let me ask you something.
I hate TW.
Before we go on,
Yes, sir.
Before we go on, excellent choice of shirt there, Tony.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. See, it's all about
Love Iron Man.
Yes, we're all good.
So TW or Theo, as it were. What is your favorite Christmas movie?
I like a couple different ones. Like Christmas Vacation, I love on the comedy level. One that my family and I always like to watch every Christmas is the 1951 Christmas Carol, the one with Alistair Sim as Scrooge.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, love that one.
That's one I love. And then I got to see one of the great Christmas movies that we all debate every year, Die Hard. I got to see that in theaters tonight.
Nice.
It was an incredible experience.
Oh my gosh!
I forgot how funny that movie is.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
he was very quippy the entire movie.
He dropped a couple F-bombs in that movie.
Not even just Bruce Willis, but like the scene after like the roof gets blown off in Nakatomi Plaza and the chopper drops, where Paul Gleason just goes, "Geez, I guess we're gonna need some more FBI guys then."
Oh, you know what? Here is mine. Here is mine, and I'm going to bring up a picture of it. I'm going to bring up a picture. I remembered what it was, and I had to bring it up here. But this one, I think, is one that gets overlooked, and especially a lot of younger people, I don't even think know this movie, and they don't understand why this movie is important and why it's hilarious. And when my kids, when we started showing my kids like older movies, this was right off the top one of my favorites that I had to show them right away. Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Wow. I love this movie.
Solid. It's a solid choice. Yep.
It's a good movie. Interestingly enough, technically not a Christmas movie.
Is that a Thanksgiving movie?
It's an American Thanksgiving movie.
Is it a Thanksgiving movie? Well, okay.
Sorry.
I could have sworn.
I'm sorry. Yeah,
I could have
celebrate Thanksgiving when it's cold out.
You could have done Uncle Buck. Uncle Buck, I think, is more of a Christmas movie.
Well, I don't know. No,
movie.
Hold on though. I don't know because Good Housekeeping says that it's one of the 55 best Christmas movies of all time.
Did it span 2 holidays?
I don't know. No,
I'm just saying.
No, maybe they're saying that it's a holiday movie. Maybe they're saying that it's a holiday movie, but they did say it was a Christmas movie.
Because we're not allowed to see American anymore. It's Happy Holidays now, so it could be a holiday movie.
Well, it's not my favorite Christmas movie, which is of course Nightmare on Elm Street 2.
I just want to ask Johnny Depp right away or no?
What's that?
He kills Johnny Depp, right? In the bed?
Yes, he does, yes.
I was going to say the Muppets Christmas Carol is always a good one.
Was Michael Caine Scrooge in that?
Gremlins?
Gremlins, yes. Christmas movie, 100%.
Yep, Gremlins is a Christmas movie.
Interesting.
For sure.
Yeah, there's a...
Well, I mean, of course, there's also a fantastic holiday special, which you can possibly watch the VOD of on Twitch that we got to watch on 2 cents on nonsense back on Thursday.
we just watched the Star Wars holiday special, Life Day, baby.
God help us.
It's 2 hours I can't get back.
But you spent it with friends.
Absolutely.
Jefferson Starship.
Hey, we got one more person that I am going to bring in here, and for right now, and that's to round out a panel of 6 because I like things symmetrical. Mr. Spider-Man movies himself, Mr. Andrew Casali. What's up, Andrew? Andrew, real quick before we start talking about the F-bombs and the rated R DC stuff, what's your favorite Christmas movie, sir? And not a Spider-Man Christmas. Come on, give us.
That's a thing.
No.
Yeah, the album.
Like that.
I would like to listen to that one of these days.
Yeah, I actually listed 3 in the chat. One is the Jim Carrey Grinch.
Okay.
The Tim Allen Santa Claus.
Okay, I like that. The first
I like that one too.
And The Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yeah, Nightmare Before Christmas.
I like that too. I saw that at the theater.
Kind of doubles as a Halloween.
As did I. I saw it on one of the re-releases.
Came out at Halloween, didn't it? I thought it came out at Halloween.
It did, but like it's both holidays, right? It's Christmas and Halloween, right?
Yeah. Well, I can tell you this, boys. My good friend Dawson has come through. He's come through for us. Yep, he's come through for us. He just sent me. We got the shirt, folks. I just got to bring it in here now, and I love this design. I think it looks great. Thank you, Dawson. Dawson is so good.
Shout out to Dawson for getting on the came before the creek shirt as quick as he did after last night.
I will just tell you this also, guys. Dawson and I are working on something. We don't even know what it's going to fully be yet, but Dawson and I are working on something that is going to be amazing. Like something that nobody else that we know is doing this kind of thing. This thing that we are working on, and it's going to take a little while. It's very premature to even mention it, but it's coming down the line. And when you guys see if we can bring this to fruition, it's very ambitious. I will say that too. It's very ambitious for 2 guys being so far away from each other to produce what we're wanting to produce. But man, if we can pull this thing off, it's going to be a game changer.
You don't know what it is though.
No, we do know what it is. We know we've got the concept. We got the concept. The question is going to be is like, can we pull it off? Right. And like everything that it's going to entail. But I really think that you guys are going to enjoy it. But here we go.
Yes.
I love it. I love it. Love it.
Wait for it, dairy right there, man.
I thought it was just Warner's on that one.
Oh my gosh. Have you guys played what is that, the VR lightsaber game?
Saber Beats? No, I haven't.
Yeah, Saber Beats. Have you guys played Saber Beats?
Oh, no.
No, but I've seen some people do.
So Landon got Saber Beats this week. He got the whole apparatus and stuff, and so that's the first game that he got. Can I just tell you something right now?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god!
How much stuff did he break?
I am so addicted to playing that. Plus, it's a great workout. My arm hurts. I got my abs are like tight because you got to bend down, get up, go out. All these different things, and it helps to be a musician because, oh my gosh, it is such an awesome, fun game.
Yeah,
man. And
this
so,
is like 15 years ago when somebody learned how to play tennis on the Wii. It's like, oh my god, my legs hurt, my ass hurts. This is amazing.
Yeah, man, but it's fun, man.
It's the future exercise.
Hey, I do want to say hi to My Name is Arthur Fleck there watching on Twitch.
Hey,
Welcome, glad to have you on Twitch. The Santa Claus 3 is better. They were into a conversation there. It looks like about
Bizarro World.
Christmas with the Cranks.
What's up, Rasha?
I
What's
still
up, Rasha?
can't believe
Russia in the
that
house.
James Patterson wrote the book which inspired Christmas with the Cranks.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that was exactly how I felt. It's just like,
Weird silence. What the
Take it
hell?
in.
Completely underwhelmed.
why isn't anyone ever just whelmed?
This is true.
You're either overwhelmed or underwhelmed. Nobody is ever just whelmed.
We went there. We went there.
That is a Young Justice reference for those who don't know.
There you go.
I just want to say
All
that.
right. So
Congratulations on getting Ray Fisher
Yes,
to
it's
join the
just-
talk to you.
thank you, sir. I appreciate that, man. Yeah. In fact, we're just going
Isn't
to
it?
put that down here as a reminder to everybody. Anybody,
Yes,
Tell
it
your friends, come on down.
anybody who wanders in off the corner, they can just, get warm beside the fire of our glowing hearts. And
And with regards to the whole drinking thing, like I said in the private chat, my blood alcohol level will be 0. Yes.
ZEROH.
ZEROH.
yes, OH, yes.
Mine will have a 0 in it, not necessarily the first number though.
But it will be a 0
Well, it'll be a 0 before the point.
after the point.
After the point. All right. So guys,
We're good.
It would take too long to get to the point. That's
so
the problem.
definitely be here for this Sunday. Look for that. Because I feel like 43.
Oh, there we go.
I feel like 43.
Larry
Just-
Legend.
Just saying. I feel like 43.
He said, man, you the greatest. I was
Look
like,
at
let it end song. You the greatest.
Look at that.
You're a legend. That's a diss.
I know, right? That's a diss, right? Like that makes sense, right?
Epic Game of Horse with Michael Jordan.
Yeah, me.
Come on now.
This dude's a walking legend. I hate him.
Oh, hey, look who stopped by.
Hey.
Hey, what's up, guys? How you doing?
How are you? You're just in time. You're just in time. Hey, did you hear the good fortune today?
No.
You didn't hear my big announcement?
Are you finally going to say the F word?
No. We're gonna talk about the F word. We're gonna talk about the F word
Well,
here. But no, this. Did you see my announcement on this on Twitter or anything?
No, but I can already tell who it is from the outline.
Okay,
Observe the
for
Chiron, Jerbo.
Matt's benefit, you know what? I got to say this, guys. So we talked about it on Nerdy in Many Ways, and our good friend Hugo was over there, and Hugo literally welled up with tears. This is why this is important to me, and like it almost made me cry because he was so overwhelmed with just joy and happiness that we were getting this opportunity finally. That he honestly, from his heart, he was just. He was expressing it, even just he was just crying, and it was just making me well up. But yeah, Matt, this Sunday, man, this Sunday, December 20th, 1 to 3 p.m. Eastern time, this man will be here in the Poindexter Lounge.
Ooh, nice,
Yes, sir.
man.
Yes, sir. And the official word from him is unrestricted.
Oh, that's hot.
Yes, sir. So.
It is. That's gonna be
That being said, I don't use this expletive, but Batman is probably going to use it because I was like, what? But yeah, so the first thing we're talking about tonight, it looks like Zack Snyder is expecting his Justice League to get an R rating, which doesn't really surprise me given the fact that Batman v Superman, the Ultimate Edition, got the old R rating there. But he dropped the fact that Batman is going to drop the F-bomb.
I have the comics where he dropped Trow. So.
Oh, you have that Batman Dark issue where you see the outline of his wang like 3 times?
Oh,
yeah, Batman. I got the
Yeah,
Batwang.
people got really mad about that. I'm all like, it's like what? Like Batman gets down. Like not
People
being.
expect their superheroes like
There's a Robin and a Huntress
Well,
to prove that.
Let
fact.
me ask you this, right? How old was Kal-El when he was born before he left Krypton?
He was a baby.
Right, but how old? Like not long, right?
I'd say
under a year.
Under a year. Okay. Do you think he was circumcised? Because they wouldn't be able to do it if he came here to Earth. They wouldn't be able to cut through his skin. Think about that. A moil would be like,
a Kryptonian moil.
I can't do it. I can't do it. Right?
Jarbo,
but
considering you put out a video on why you love Kevin Smith, this conversation is making a lot more sense.
Right? Doesn't it? Yeah. It's like a shotgun blast right through her back. But no, think of it like this. But hold on. Here's a total amazing comic book run they could do. Right? Let's say somehow Lois Lane converts to Judaism, and so then Clark has to do the same thing. So they have to go to Lex in order to get enough kryptonite in order to finally circumcise Superman. Done.
Beautiful.
Done.
How are you?
Justice League 2 right there.
Yeah, hey, a kryptonite blade. A kryptonite blade could work just fine. Right? And he's got
I'm just saying, yeah, man.
Kryptonite toenail clippers.
Just moil on it. Moil on it.
My take is excellent, Rasha. Okay, it's asking questions. It's asking questions. If the Snyder cut is all about, or if Snyder's world is hold on.
Context.
Think about it like this.
Let him talk.
Snyder wants.
This is my only drawback to ever bringing this many people, guys. Is that everybody talks. So let's all give each other a chance to talk, so that it's actually entertaining to everybody listening.
all I'm saying is this, right? Snyder says like Deborah wanted like them to tackle real life issues. All right. Like circumcision's a real life issue. It's a real problem in some ways. And so you don't have. Can we ask what, like, you should really ask that to Zack Snyder, and he was just like, so what's your thoughts on male genital mutilation?
That's question one.
This is a tame take from Jarbo. This is actually tame.
That's true.
I'm not swearing or nothing, so I'm just asking questions about human anatomy.
Don't worry about it.
So
that does hit home for sure. Hold on. So Semir says, who knows if Kryptonians are born circumcised? Wait, that's true. I mean, we don't know if Clark is ribbed for her pleasure. We don't know that. We have no idea.
Okay, I'm no longer the worst on the street.
Boot myself.
He's like, what did I get in the middle of?
Good. I'm wondering myself.
Thanks for bringing
like Boulder talk on the Point Extra Lounge.
I know, right? All right. So,
well, you wanted an R-rated Snyder cut. It could be the real Snyder cut. You know what I'm saying? Snip, snip.
That's right.
That being said,
segue, Jarbo.
I know. So
I have my moments. My moments.
You do.
We need to have beers together, Jarbo.
Well, you're in BC. I'm down past Seattle, so it's not that bad.
Okay.
Yeah, no, that's easy. That's an easy one.
I remember in BVS after Batman's plane crashed, when he saw Doomsday, he's like, "Oh shit!"
He didn't get it out. We talked about that. He didn't quite get it out. He started to say it, and then all of a sudden it was.
Wait, you're not wrong. I can actually confirm that he actually did say OS in the Ultimate Edition, but in the theatrical cut, it was just him saying, "Oh no."
Everyone's blaming Jarbo for that conversation.
I don't think that's true. I don't think that's true because I remember in the theater laughing at that joke. So I don't know if it was maybe in somebody else's theater, but he didn't say, "Oh no." That's not what I was talking about. I know that he says the word, but he doesn't get the whole word out before the explosion happens. He starts to say
actually does. Like if you actually do watch the movie, he does actually say OS in in the Ultimate Edition. So if you don't believe me, then just do it right there. So really like just the whole.
I'll get mine, Enosh. I'll get mine.
It won't be in time. We won't be able to hear it.
Oh no, I know.
Oh, it's a song.
You're listening to points that don't need to be argued. You're listening to points that no one asked for. You're listening to people talk about whether a word was finished. But we thank you for all of your support.
And catch you guys next time.
Catch you guys next time. No, it doesn't matter. Like I've watched that movie so many times, and we know what he's supposed to say. We know what he's what's supposed to come out. But anyways, that's not the point. The point is that apparently in Zack Snyder's Justice League here, we're gonna get the full on F-bomb. And I'm reading here. First of all, does anybody ever get tired of this picture?
No.
Little bit.
Dark Side just makes me happy. Well, it's Oops at this point.
I was talking about that pink little fuzzy bunny thing over there, whatever that is.
Oh yeah, no, you can get rid of that with ad blocker. I'm just saying.
You want to know what I find really funny about that? The irony of that picture being there.
Spyware, Jarbo?
What?
Doesn't it add like spyware or something? You ad blocker?
I don't know.
No, okay.
You want to? Yeah, but you want to know what I find ironic about that? About that picture being right next to the Dark Side right there is the fact that you have Zack Snyder's Justice League going to be rated R, and then you have like this PG or G rated thing right next to it, and it brought me back to Zack saying to Scott, basically, you like the theatrical cut of Justice League like your Saturday morning cartoons.
That's true. That's true. But down here, Zach had this to say. He says the movie is insane and so epic. Now I'm reading. This is the same quote that's everywhere, but I like Dark Horizons. Says the movie is insane and so epic and is probably rated R. That's one thing I think will happen, that it will be an R-rated version for sure. We haven't heard from the MPAA yet, but that's my gut. There's one scene where Batman drops an F-bomb. Cyborg is not too happy with what's going on in his life before he meets the Justice League, and he tends to speak his mind. That's interesting. And Steppenwolf is pretty much
Cyborg.
Yeah, and Steppenwolf is pretty much. You mean they actually give him lines to say in Zack Snyder's Justice League instead of just brooding, looking out a window and watching kids play out in the street because he is sick. Yeah, that's just always reminded me of. Every time he gets to that scene, I'm just like, poor Cyborg has to go to bed while the sun's outside. I remember like this book that I read when I was a kid. It was called something about like I have to go to bed while like my bedtime is when is early or something like that, and it's like this kid looking out the window and his friends are outside playing basketball, and it's all these things going on outside because he has to go to bed before the sun goes down. That's what I remember every time I see that. Nothing really big, just telling you guys the life story of Matt Jarbo. It says, and Steppenwolf is pretty much just.
I'm sorry, I wasn't paying attention.
What? I know. It was nothing important, anyways.
You talking trash. What you want to throw down, Enosh? Is that what's going on here? Oh! You want to take it to the corner? You want to take it to the corner?
Internet blood sports.
Yeah.
Jarbo.
We got the veteran Matt Jarbo.
I'm coming on camera for you, Enosh. I'm coming on camera for you. I'm on the camera. I'm on the camera for you, Enosh. I'm coming for you. I'm gonna snip you like Clark.
You were doing so well. Why did you have to ruin it?
Because I like to ruin everything I touch. That's just how I operate as a human being.
Choice of word.
That's okay.
Sir?
That's okay.
That's what
snip you.
That's what people say. Haven't you heard by now, Matt? Haven't you heard by now?
The legend.
I'm the legend. I'm gonna dunk on you.
That's not a Mandalorian pop, so it means nothing to me.
Feeling 43.
Yeah, this is.
I'm feeling 43.
Oh, what's this though, Enosh? What's this right here? Oh, that's cool. That's cool. You got the child.
Like Baby Yoda.
I got my own guy right here too.
Oh, you know what, Matt, maybe
he's got the guy split.
Maybe you got snipped a little bit because mine's bigger.
Oh,
guys. Hey, man.
The ladies love it.
Man, can we stop measuring toy these sizes already?
We have a new.
If you get that reference.
I love this one too.
We have a new.
that's nice.
That's nice.
Yeah, don't open that one. Yeah.
We have
no. This one's
That's amazing.
Yeah,
According to Mask of Shy, we have a new name to add to my list of people I sound like. Your father, Mike Zero, and apparently Mask of Shy thinks I sound like Dawson.
What about me?
I don't hear that one. I also have this toy. I don't know if anybody has seen this one yet.
Doomcock.
I love that Doomcock.
Prepare yourself for an avalanche of
Is that your smaller cock, sir?
My spies within Disney tell me that Kathleen Kennedy is secretly dating Matt Jarbo.
I mean, I wouldn't say no. She's worth a lot of money, and I'm poor. You know, if she's like, I'll give you a Star Wars movie, but you got to make me come, I'd be like, okay.
She's pretty easy on the eyes, you know what I mean?
Okay. Well, that being
like,
said, let's go back to this.
I like I said, I ruin everything I touch.
Let's go back to this.
Oh, never mind. He thinks Jarbo sounded like Dawson.
Oh, I sound like I don't sound like Dawson.
No.
No, I'm an ex-smoker. I don't sound anything like Dawson.
No. So here we go. And Steppenwolf is pretty much just hacking people in half. Yes. So the rating would be due to violence and profanity. And then, of course, that decision hasn't been made yet. But he also says down here, I'm a huge fan and a big supporter of the cinematic experience, which I've been talking about, ladies and gentlemen, for the last week to 2 weeks about this. And I'll tell you what, I got plans. Ohio is open. And on Christmas Day, I will be in Ohio if our theaters aren't supposed to open up before then. So if
I actually talked about this a little tidbit.
Yep, but if it doesn't happen before that, then I will be in Ohio that day. I will actually travel down to Ohio as a Michigan guy. I will travel down to Ohio to watch Wonder Woman because the first place that I will see that movie will be in the theater, folks. So he says, I'm a huge fan and a big supporter of the cinematic experience because they're talking about how they want to put this in theaters now too. It says, and we've already talked about Justice League playing theatrically at the same time it's coming to HBO Max. Now that's a new quote. It says, so weirdly, it's the reverse of the trend. Now that's interesting because that's the first that we've heard of that. Now we heard that, we knew that it was going to be the miniseries, and then also that, it was going to get cut into a theatrical cut of the movie. But that's the first that I've heard anybody talk about the fact that now he says they've actually had talks about it running in theaters theatrically at the same time.
Yeah.
I think weren't most of us already kind of assuming that, if you're going to pump in all this money, you're going to try to recoup it to the best of your ability.
Well, we knew that it was going to go theatrically. He has said that he wanted to go theatrically. I'm talking about though the fact that they're saying now that they've talked about doing it at the same time, Matt.
Oh yeah, no, that's a new one. I thought they were going to release it on HBO Max and then maybe do a special IMAX engagement.
Wait, but if you really think about it, it does make sense in hindsight because I first heard about this kind of happening a writer from Screen Rant actually kind of theorized it in a way he didn't have any sources on it. It was just his little theory on it, and he said that his theory was what if instead of it being a mini series then a movie, it would just be a straight up movie in theaters, and then it would be on a miniseries on HBO Max.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be the miniseries first, and then they've always talked about that they're going to stitch it together as an actual 4-hour movie. And then Zach has alluded to the idea of it being released in theaters at some point, and even teased like an IMAX thing because they're literally filming it in the aspect ratio for IMAX, parts of it for that. So there was always that idea. What I'm talking about right here is the news here is not necessarily that it may go to theaters or anything like that, because that's always been talked about. The news story there is the fact that it may follow the trend of all of the rest of
about the full slate.
Yes, the full slate is doing both at the same time. So
right, and really, like I said, like it kind of does make sense, because really, like this, if you think about it like this, and that in this aspect, if it does come out in the series format, the movie next, the hype will kind of die down as a movie, because people won't see the movie version because they saw the series. And I'm just talking about it from the casual perspective. The casual perspective, they won't see the movie version when the miniseries version is out. So a good theory and a good business move in this aspect would be release the movie version at the same time, because it would then build up hype to get a lot more butts and seats for the movie theaters. Because Phil and I, we actually talked about this a little bit, about how it seems like for the past half decade, pretty much, that Zach is like the chosen one to save Hollywood. So it seems like in that aspect that, it does seem that the best way to save theaters is to get Zack Snyder's Justice League out there with no one seeing it in advance.
Well, we want to get it, in there as fast as we possibly can, obviously, because I want to see it in the theaters the way that it was meant to be. But Raj here says, I will pay a full price ticket at the movies for each hour if I have to. I don't care. Take my money.
Would have been cool.
You pay one price,
right? But
cool.
Yeah, and I'm
like to see them.
Hold on. Hey, Jeffrey, hold on just a second, man. TW, what did you have to say, bud?
What would have been cool for me is if like they full on went and kind of quote unquote brought back the serial and actually released 4 parts in theaters. 1 week it's the first part, 1 week it's the second part. I thought that'd be a pretty cool idea.
You would see an insane drop off for the time investment.
Yeah, probably, but it would still be. It's a cool.
I'm not saying do it. It's just kind of.
It's a cool concept. Nice. Obviously, we live in a different time.
It's cool, Jarbo.
Yeah,
sure.
That's cool. But hold on just a second, Jeffrey, because I want to get on with the rest of this. Talking about what this is now. First of all, I will just tell you. I got to see Dolly Parton at this stage in her life out in Vegas. My grandma knew a lot of highfalutin people out in Las Vegas and worked in the music industry, and so
shout out to Dolly.
Can I just say that like Dolly Parton is still a wonderful, beautiful human being, and it doesn't surprise me to find out that she financially helped out in getting the coronavirus vaccine out to all of us all, because she played a huge part in that. And so hey, shout out to Dolly. I love Dolly. She just seems like a beautiful, wonderful human being, and she's very pleasant on the eyes as well. Anyways, that being said, he says, Zach here says, I felt like a pretty bold move. It felt like a pretty bold move. And then maybe the implication wasn't 100% thought out. I feel like there's a lot of people panicking during COVID. I hope that in the end, that's what this was, some sort of knee-jerk to COVID and not some sort of greater move to disrupt the theatrical experience. This is Snyder talking. Snyder himself was asked where he stands on the whole HBO Max Warner Brothers things. Now, I've expressed to you guys in several different streams now how I feel about it. That I understand it as a business, deal, but as far as like what it's going to do to theaters, I feel like if this continues on the way that it is, that this has some potential to really drive theaters totally out of business, and the theater ain't going to be around there for when you guys all decide you want to go see the movies. And I understand we're in the situation we are right now, but I'm talking about after this pandemic is done. We got to figure out something. And I agree that this is a short-term deal, but I agree with Snyder here where he says it felt like it was a pretty bold move, and that maybe the implication wasn't 100% thought out. Which the more I'm seeing out of it, that's what I feel too. I feel that there's a lot of people panicking during COVID. I hope that in the end, that's what this was, some sort of knee-jerk to COVID and not some sort of greater move to disrupt the theatrical experience, which a lot of it looks like. But we hope not. I don't want to see them. I don't want to see them go, because I don't feel personally that when this is done with the money that is to be made during, from streaming, that they're just going to go, oh yeah, we'll just leave all that money to the side and we'll go back to the old way of doing it, where we have to pay all these people to put our movies in theaters, especially like even after seeing my son's, VR goggles, this weekend playing the Saber Beats thing, where it's like, dude, I felt like I was standing on a holodeck, because at one point, even not in the game, just like the lounge where you're getting ready to, enter the game and stuff. It was like I was in a thing in Italy, man, where there's like a waterfall over here and places to sit and everything, and I was just like, this is freaking real. I mean, you could set that up actually to be able to do it as a home theater. And, and my son was telling me because, he just got it. And, obviously I haven't had a chance to play with it, but apparently you can watch, now you can't watch everything on it, but you can hook up YouTube to watch YouTube videos and there's different things in there, and I'm thinking that would be an interesting way to go to the theater. You know what I mean? During something like this, to be able to watch it through VR stuff. But he says, I thought we were, did you have something on that, Zsjl? I'm just hearing you. I'm on this other page, so I couldn't see it.
Oh, no, I'm just kind of picking off. Well, I'll let you finish because you're in the middle of that.
Okay, he says, I thought we were kind of already getting very close to the ideal theatrical window where you still had marketing material out there and you hadn't forgotten about the film by the time it came out on DVD or streaming. I thought we were starting to hone in on that sweet spot, but this kind of throws a monkey wrench in the works. So what are your thoughts there, Zsjl?
Yeah, well, this is a thing, and it was a few comments in the chat too that kind of echoes Zach's demeanor, just the tone of that messaging. If Christopher Nolan said something like that, it would have came across a little better. Not him attacking Warner Media and saying this is the end of theater and doom and gloom. I mean, I do think Warner Media thought it out, because we don't know how this first trial of the vaccine is going to go. How soon is this going to clear up? So they just made a call. They just said, okay, for this year, this is what's going to happen. If it clears up, it clears up. Then we'll reevaluate 2022. So I don't think it's a knee-jerk reaction. That's what Zach's saying, too. He's like, I don't think it's that drastic, but he has hope for the theaters, too, which I do, too.
Right. And really to piggyback on what Zsjl said, really, I know that a lot of people are just fear is a very strong emotion. And I do know that Enosh is also afraid of that. He obviously has expressed that a lot. And really, it's we do know that you're afraid, but I know this sounds cheesy, but every type of despair, there's always hope. It's kind of like a flip of a coin. There's always a balance in between that.
But Jeffrey, I'm gonna tell you this though, right here, living in the area that I live in, that's a great thing to say. That's a great thing to say, but I know this right now. Companies, when they decide to start pulling out of stuff and the money starts to go, those companies pull out and they leave buildings behind. And I got a giant cinema right around the corner from my house that I can tell you right now, if this thing continues the way it is, like that's wonderful lip service to, you know, the light will always shine through the darkness and all those things. And there are many things that is true. The reality is when businesses pull out and there's no money to keep a place open. Look, I got a Lowe's. There was a Lowe's and a Home Depot right across the street from each other in a nice area right here around the corner from me on the other side. And that Lowe's went out of business. And guess what? We got a huge empty building now sitting there in a nice area that has to have a very specific kind of business to go into that business, to fill out a spot like that. And when you're talking a movie theater that has 12 cineplexes, and you know that's something that literally you would have to gut to make, you know, fit another business or something like that. And like we were talking about the other night, you'd almost have to build another building. Right. And so that's just what I'm saying. Like, I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid at this point.
No, I'm being realistic though.
I'm concerned about being realistic. Yeah.
Look at Blockbuster.
And really about the whole Blockbuster thing. Like, I get it. Like,
a mattress store
I get about the whole business aspect.
All the money. That's really what it comes down to.
Yep. Like, I get the whole, like, here's the thing. Like, I get the whole business aspect. Like, yeah, people leave businesses. Like, that's true. But you had to think about this as well, where this is where movie theaters and Hollywood, they're basically like yin and yang. Like, you aren't going to have like some studios that are probably going to leave them. Like, that's a fact. Like, I might be this might be my 20-year-old optimistic self talking, but really how I feel about it is really like you don't need to worry too much. Like, people worry too much nowadays, where they always focus on the negative.
Well, Jeffrey, I love you, man. I love you, but I'm just gonna tell you straight up, man. I'm just gonna tell you straight up, Jeff. I love you, man. I think you're a great guy, but like, I'm 44 years old. And I think Brian, and I want you to be able to speak because you haven't said much, and I know you had something to say there, but you said it here in the chat, dude, just now.
Yeah, I mean, they're facing a net negative right now going into the next year, and it's only going to get worse. I mean, there's already places that are closing down, you know, as it is, because they have to pay rent now, and if they can't pay rent and they're not getting any income, then it's done. So, I mean, and it's not going to come back unless they get some kind of a bailout or something, which honestly, I really don't see happening.
But you also have to think about this. They can always start anew. It's going to be hard, I know.
How are they going to start anew? That's the reason why they're going out of business. They don't have AMC is literally going to run out of money next month. It's already been said. AMC is going to go bankrupt next month. They got a little
panicking.
They got a little bit of life that they found some money, you know, that was going to keep them alive until the end of the year, and now they're done. I mean, Matt, you know a little bit about that, don't you?
Right. But here's the thing, Matt, like, this is going to be a good question. This is me directed at you. Are you, as a person, if you go bankrupt and your movie theater business goes out of business, will you try to get back up off your feet, dust yourself off, and then start from the ground up again?
Well, let me counter that really quickly with the question: are we discussing large cineplexes like Regal, AMC, Cinemark, or are we talking about small independent chains?
In general, like, it's always
the two are vastly different. They're vastly different. They are. So when you talk about Regal and AMC and Cinemark and Landmark and all those other places, they've got, you know, they rent these spaces all across the country, and then they obviously pay their fees, and they make all that off a concession, not off of box office, off a concession. So if there's no box office, there's no concession, which means there's no profit. So the likelihood of them dusting themselves off, yeah, sure, man. I mean, there's always going to be a justification for entertainment. That's never going to go away. People will pay for it, but is it going to be as, are you going to have to start driving 30, 40 miles or going to a completely different state in order to be able to see something you want to see? I've made the trek to from San Diego to LA multiple times to see like a movie because I really wanted to see it. So like people like me, if it's available, yeah, but if you're in the middle of nowhere, you're not going to have that option. And if your theater goes down, then you're just going to wait for, streaming or Redbox or whatever. And so it's going to de-incentivize local economies to put effort into this. And so I completely understand Enoch's fear. I am not there yet because there's always going to be a bailout. There's always money to be found. And these guys will find it. The problem, though, is it requires a complete shifting now in regards to how we consume entertainment. And that's why I made my video talking about it, where they're going to have to do community outreach. They're going to have to find a way to engage the community to rebuild that trust. And it's not their fault. And that's the worst part of this. The movie theaters, the employees, all that, it's not their fault. And they have absolutely bared the brunt of this, as well as of many other establishments, hotels, theme parks, just general small businesses that aren't deemed quote unquote essential. So that's the whole situation, is they are going to have to find a way to get people to want to come back. And the longer this goes on, the harder that's going to be. But I do think we are going to see, as soon as this, because now today we had the first vaccine in New York for frontline workers. And I think what's going to happen is once we open the doors, there's going to be a floodgate. There's going to be people are going to run out and do whatever because they're going to be able to again. And that's so theaters are going to be flooded as soon as they're able to.
Exactly.
But what goes up must come down. Okay. And that is just a tenet of business. So while you're going to have the floodgates open and everyone's going to be happier than a pig in shit, it's going to eventually tone itself down again because the reality of the reality of life still has to set in. A new norm has to be founded. So studios, and this is just my opinion, studios, what they need to do is they need to find a way to embrace both the streaming and the theatrical. I think HBO Max is a pretty good idea. Disney is an insanely awesome idea. I love what they're doing with that. Well, no, think about it. When it comes to the MCU,
I'm just laughing just because of just the sheer quantity of content.
Well, that's the point.
Yes, it keeps you watching. Exactly.
It keeps you watching. Yeah. So it's like
have 6 months straight of MCU material. They've planned it out,
and we haven't gotten anything since July of 2019.
And this and that. I know.
So it's like it's been a year and a half drought. I mean, like I'm ready to get balls deep, baby.
Heck, I'm a year without a Star Wars movie, and I'm still kind of going a little crazy. To be perfectly honest with you, I love the I love Mandalorian, but it's just like I loved going to the theater to see a Star Wars movie.
No, me too. Yeah. If they were to put Chapter 9 of Mando in an IMAX, theaters, I would go see it.
I would,
like just give me that crate dragon scene in IMAX, and I will be very happy boy.
Yes. Oh my gosh! Yes.
Right. And I think, but I've said this before. And I've said this before, and I'll say this again. If you like, this is what Game of Thrones should have done for the series finale: is have it in IMAX, because they did it for I think season 7. They had like the first 2 episodes of season 7 in IMAX. Theaters need to start talking, or say like television production companies need to start talking to theaters about putting some of those things in theaters as a way to fill content. Now that can be a bad thing as well. If you go back to 2017 and you look at what Jeff Loeb did with the Inhumans on ABC, what it was is they worked a deal with IMAX in order to cover part of the cost of the production for the first 2 episodes, which is somewhere in the neighborhood of like $70 million is what IMAX invested in order to shoot the episodes in IMAX, to air it in IMAX, thinking that because it's the MCU and it's going to be in IMAX, people are going to rush to go see it. But the budget was terrible.
There was nothing, and that was what ticked me off, because I'm like, Humans is I'm not
Scott Buck and Scott Buck. Let's
right, but yeah, and really like in that sense, like really like my whole thing in this is really that you're right. Like really like I said, I'm very optimistic and also look at the very balance of it. Like it seems like you're too focused on the negative, and I do understand that. And it's just like with
here's the thing though,
but
I get what you're saying about the negative, but it's not the negative. None of us here are trying to be negative. But we're trying to talk about the reality and the harsh reality of where we find ourselves and how we consume our entertainment. Because like the thing is different. You said you're 20, right?
Yeah, and Matt, I like how I'm letting you talk entirely and letting your whole thought process out, but you're not letting me. So
Sorry.
really, like, there's just as in a attack on you. It's just something I noted. So really, like this is what I mean when I say I'm 20, and really it's really interesting how you say that you're looking at the reality of the situation. Like that's the thing. Like art is also a reflection of our reality, and there are 2 points of reality anyway. The point that I'm saying is I'm looking at both realities now, and really there is always a side of reality that you can cling on to, and really, like you're looking at, and really what I'm saying is it seems like you're looking at the dark reality, and I understand that. And while I'm looking at also the hopeful reality. So
Well,
it's
Jeff,
kind of like,
so as the moderator of the show, and because it is my show, I am going to have to step in here because I don't think that that's what's being done at all. I think Matt has made very clear in everything that he said that actually he supported a lot of what you've already said about the ideas of what can happen and the positives of what can happen, and the fact that theaters may not go away at all. Because there could be some kind of hope for them. So I don't think that that's happened. I don't think that Matt's talked over you or spoke over you. I think that he's given you an opportunity to for you to defend your point of view. I honestly, I don't think you've done a very good job of making that point here tonight, and that's unfortunate. But I don't think that on this specific topic you have expressed really in a way that has won anybody over to that topic. But I think I know where Matt was going, and I don't want to speak for Matt, but I will just say this, dude, you're young, and that's great. I mean, I have a son who's literally 2 years younger than you, and so I can appreciate that. I would tell you this. It's great to look at the positive side. Anybody who comes to the Poindexter Lounge, you know that I try to look at the positive side of most things, and I try to keep a pretty positive outlook on things. That being said, what I hear is what I'm saying, I know, and I think what others are saying to you is there's looking at the positive side of things, and then there's also just like kind of ignoring the realities of what is actually out there. And you can't ignore a problem away. You can't just look at the sunny side of everything, a problem away. The problem is going to be there, and it has to be addressed. And I think that there's a lot of things that have to do with Warner Brothers, AT&T, HBO Max, with the way that they're handling this whole thing. And really, we kind of got off topic because we got back on a topic that, look, I am very passionate about when it comes to the theater going experience and maintaining that and whatnot. But I would tell you, Jeffrey, to be open to the idea that at 20, there may be some things that, and I'm saying this as somebody who's 44 years old. Right. We always have to be open to the idea that we can learn something and to be able to learn from each other. And I know that this isn't I don't want you to think like we're a bunch of old guys telling you how to feel. right? And that you know, like that we don't you know, or just like, you know, hey little, you know, hey young man,
We are
you know,
old
just
guys. But
we are old guys, but you know, like I don't want you to feel like we're just saying, hey, you know, hey young man, this is the way it is. But I will tell you, man, the older you get, what you're gonna find is that you learn that life, especially once you get out of your 20s, you know, you get out and
ass, man, trust me.
Life throws some interesting things at you, and you have to look at those negatives that are there. And I think there's a lot of things up in the air right now, especially for the movie industry.
You mean with like politics and stuff? Because really, like, how I look at it is really just like people are just like are really just like kind of just focusing on just themselves, really. When it comes to politics.
I'm not talking politics at all. I'm just talking about life in general, and where this is all going. Matt, I'm going to give you the final word on this, and I want you to finish what you were saying.
I see what you're saying. Look, the thing is, Jeffrey, none of us want theaters to go away, at all. When I asked how old you were, because you'd mentioned it also earlier, you said as a 20-year-old, and I'm like, when I was 20, I was working at a theater, you know, and I started when I was 19. I worked for about 10 years off and on. I was a manager. I've worked at multiple theaters. This has been my life for a very, very, very long time. And I love movie theaters, and I want nothing more than to go see a movie. But the reality of what it costs to operate, to rent, to pay, all that stuff, this is where I'm hoping that studios will find a way to work with them. And they were, if you were looking when they reopened, they're like $5 movie tickets. That's unheard of. Even though they're like Raiders or Empire. I mean, movies, you know, like I'm cool with that. Like, that's great. Do more things like that. Like, they need to change how they charge for these tickets. Like, they need to do a tiered structure where let's say after 2 weeks, the movie ticket price drops by $3. You know, incentivize people to come in, because if they make all their money from concessions, incentivization is what they're going to need to do. Theaters oftentimes they force 3D down people's throats. They you know, they're very corporate run in all these places. The individual theaters in many of these locations don't actually run their own thing. It's all mandated by corporate. Corporate will sit there and determine the showtimes and what theater goes where. You know what I mean? Like, the theaters themselves, the managers, they're just kind of operating it on a day-to-day. It doesn't have a personal feel to it. Theaters in many of these places have a personal connection with their customers because they grew up with those places. And that is where they go to have fun. So it's a whole new territory that we want to see build into something that's going to be sustainable. But when you said, you know, these theaters are just going to like dust themselves off and like go back out there, it's like, yes, because they're going to be able to find the money. Others, not so much. And if you want to help, man, then I would say like maybe look in your neighborhood and see if there's any local theaters that might have that problem, and then go, well, maybe let's try a GoFundMe, so then you can raise money locally in order to help your theater stay afloat. You know, because that's going to have to be really what it boils down to, is the community is going to have to come out to support. And that's going to vary from area to area.
Yeah. No, I agree. I agree with that. Last thing I'm gonna go.
And comedians. We need comedians to show up.
Shut up, Jarbo. That was enough.
Just to go to the Cinemark in Flint, Michigan.
That was enough. That was enough. That was enough. Matt knows how I feel about his whole video about comedians and stupid stuff before there. No, I do want to go to Zsjl, because actually the topic was about it being R-rated and this F-bomb. Yeah, I know, me too. Being dropped or whatever. Zsjl, do you think, I mean, does it surprise you that it's going to have a possible R rating, and does it surprise you at all that Batman's going to possibly drop an F-bomb in the movie?
Right, no surprise. I mean, I think most fans of Snyder's work, like you said, the ultimate cut of BVS was already R-rated. The behind the deleted stuff that we heard from the Snyder cut all sounded R-rated, with how Steppenwolf Steppenwolf was supposed to die, and so I mean, it's no surprise that this is R-rated. The language is not a surprise because there's a few F-bombs on the ultimate cut as well of BBS. So it's right up Zach's alley. The fact that they are going to put it in theaters like that, most likely, is interesting. And now it's just a matter of the timing. If they want to do a dual release for Zack Snyder's Justice League, like it's all that guessing game of the release game now, So we'll see when they what they settle on. But no surprise, they are rated now.
Yeah. Brian, what are your thoughts, man? You've been kind of quiet about this whole thing. What are your thoughts about that?
Well, it seems only natural. Honestly, you get a lot more realism with these kind of movies as opposed to your cookie cutter Marvel films. So, good. I mean, wasn't Watchmen rated R? So I mean, just keep it going. In my opinion.
You couldn't even do Watchmen if it wasn't rated R. There'd be no way to tell that story.
I mean, you could do it, but
no, I'm good. I'll pass. But it's like this. It's like I've said. Why not do a PG-13 cut, the first 3 shows of the day, and an R-rated cut, the last 2 shows of the day? I mean, we're talking digital technology now. You can hold
a night. Hey, it's the blue cut. You need to be this old to ride the ride.
Yeah. Hey, why not do an after 8 p.m. cut or
make that distinction. Make it like adult time where like, hey, there's no fucking kids here, man.
Well, that's Kevin Smith had a great line about that when talking about the show The Noggin, right? The N or whatever it is, like the one that Degrassi was on. And he goes like, it's 9 p.m. on the Noggin, time to put away the fucking puppets, and it's like, we're going to get into like the teenage drama stuff. Cause it's true. Like that was the thing with Disney, like Disney at the investor meeting, when they were talking about the international having the more R-rated stuff in like that one adult only section, like the back room of Disney Plus, like here you can, like here's your ill shit. Like I'm like, cool, man, give me that. Like give me the option of seeing something whatever. Like Disney's not afraid they just need to do something like that because you can easily do it. Those digital projectors can hold 4 movies perfectly fine.
Yeah.
They hold a lot.
Think about it. Late for me, guys, so I'm gonna call it a night.
All right, man. Hey,
Have a good night.
Jeffrey, thanks for being on tonight, man.
Thanks for
look
being
forward
on,
to having
Jeffrey.
on you another time, man.
Anytime, man.
All right,
Hope you enjoyed the Mothra song I sent you.
All right, man.
I did.
Good.
All right, buddy. We'll see you later, Jeffrey.
Good.
Thanks for being on, man.
Yes, I know that sounded strange, Tony. I showed Jeffrey Anvil by Mothra by Anvil the other day.
What you got there for me, Andrew?
What is it? I got hit out too.
Okay, buddy. Thanks for being on, man. Appreciate you, buddy. Thanks again. All right.
Have a good night.
So that being said, I'm kind of there too. I'm interested to see. I mean, it doesn't really surprise me that it could get an R rating. I mean, it's Zack Snyder's vision of this. It's a darker version. It's going to have some different things. But I think after that, it's time to move on to another. That was a kind of a revolving conversation there for a minute, and so I'm glad. I love everybody on, and I'm thankful for everyone's input, obviously. But the next thing I want to talk about, though, I know it's been a couple of days, but what about Patti Jenkins, man?
Yeah.
What about Patti Jenkins dropping?
What do you want to talk about that though? Like her moving on, or what do you want to talk
about? Patty Jenkins moving on? Well,
her wanting to create the best fighter pilot movie ever.
Well, there's a couple of things with Patty Jenkins, but I think
she is moving on from Wonder Woman 3, though, right?
No, that's not confirmed. No,
sweet.
It's still possible. It's still possible.
I thought she was going to another project.
Well, is she going to be able to get that done by 2023? Are they going to hold Wonder Woman?
They're holding, yeah.
Are they going to hold it past then? Like, I mean, eventually if you got it, you can't let Gal go on to other stuff without.
Well, that's not saying Gal Gadot's not going to play Wonder Woman by 2023.
No, I've heard.
With Zach,
Yeah, she could. I mean, there's like the cameo. There's the rumor she's going to be in The Flash, and then there's another rumor she's going to be on one of the HBO Max shows. The rumor I once just heard in my bedroom, like that's, you know.
I didn't hear that one. Didn't hear that one.
Speaking of rumors, this always brings up the chat right here. Tom Hanks bought. Hold on a second. I need to do this. Tom Hanks ballsack 69. He sends a $5 super chat and says, "This is where the fun begins. Poindexter for life."
That's how you get monetized every time because you have to say his name.
No, actually, no. We never get demonetized over that. But it's hilarious. It cracks me up every time because it's just the perfect name to have and have somebody give a super chat with, because like I'm thinking about like some poor little old lady's like live stream somewhere, and like she's Jim from down the street gave a $5 super chat, thank you, and said this whatever. Oh, and next we have Tom Hanks. Oh, is it really Tom Hanks? Tom Hanks balls act 69. He with the $5. Well, I think one time he gave it and just put his name again, just so I would say his name twice. But that's just gold.
I'm trying to see. Is that Apollo 13? Like Captain Jim Level?
No, that's what he's seeing.
Green Mile. It's in the Green Mile. It's after. No, it's in the Green Mile.
Yeah, from Green Mile when he pees. Yeah.
Yes.
Hey, good on you.
Yeah.
I mean, we've all been there, right? Like you just gotta pee so bad.
Absolutely.
Road trips.
Absolutely. So thank you, Tom Hanks ballsack.
After a movie.
Yeah, right. Usually sprint to the movie.
Heck yeah. So, but yeah, I mean, with Patti Jenkins, I mean, we got actually Patti Jenkins is like in the news, and can I just say, I'll just announce now our next giveaway. We gave this poster away. We got the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles thing also for any.
Rig.
The poster is mine.
Brian got the poster.
Right here.
That was incredible.
Come on,
and then like I said, right now we got the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 5-pack that comes with Batman versus Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and TMNT, and then the original 3 movies. The next one, and it's in the other room, so I don't have it here, but I can show you guys a little bit later when I take my own pee break. Is we've got a Patti Jenkins pop vinyl.
Ooh.
Yeah.
What?
Oh, that's nice.
Patti Jenkins pop vinyl. So for all of you, heck yeah, we do.
Okay.
Yeah. So I know it's not the Star Wars poster you wanted, Tony, but you got 2 T-shirts.
No, I want the Star Wars poster. I so want the Star Wars.
I know.
It's not the Star Wars poster you wanted.
It's not the Star Wars poster you wanted. The Patti Jenkins pop vinyl will do just fine. The Patti Jenkins pop vinyl will do just fine, Tony. You'll look at it in a positive light and act like
exactly what your life. Except this, bitch. I mean, he didn't because I did one of these.
You know what, Rasha? I will tell you this, Rasha, I will tell you this. I know that may be how you look about it, but not necessarily. Not necessarily.
She's in New Zealand?
She is in New Zealand, and I know it may take a little while to get it to you and whatnot, but I would actually look into international shipping for you, Rasha.
Dude, I mean, Canada, it's probably the same price. Don't worry.
Yeah, well, I tell you, no, you know what? I tell you what, man, we just barely scraped out some profit getting you your stuff there.
Hey, I ordered a couple things from Ryan's Teespring.
You're gonna start charging me more when I get more
$14 in shipping.
Right.
Just send 3, dude. Just send 3 at a time. Okay.
Well, see, that's the one thing actually about it is Teespring does not allow you to send 3 separate items of different So I can't send you. I'd have to send you the same T-shirt 3 times. Or what I'm thinking about doing is changing the option to not necessarily a T-shirt every month, but an item from there with the different logos on it every month.
I'd
Even
say like hold off for like 3 months at a time and send one package.
it won't do that though. It won't do that though. Teespring won't do that when I go to order it because otherwise I have to pay full price for the T-shirt, which would totally eliminate that.
Don't pay full price.
Yeah,
nobody pays full price.
No, but I'm saying I would have to pay it as if I was a customer, and so that still wouldn't, because then I would have to pay for that plus the shipping, and I'd have to ship it somewhere, and it wouldn't. It trust me, I've looked at it. It doesn't make sense. But anyways, that being said, the real point of this is Patti Jenkins is all in the news. She's going to be directing Rogue Squadron, but then she dropped this bomb on everybody, and not the Justice League upper lip bomb there.
She dropped this?
No, she did not drop this. Patti Jenkins would not do this to us.
You won't let me die.
Is she doing this? I don't even know.
That's how I felt watching the Pats Rams game. Good.
Oh my god.
Hey,
the problem
My
is,
sentiments exactly.
the problem
Not
is
taking
that
the
he has a very, very prominent lip, and you can't just take the mustache off of that thing.
Looks like Adam Baldwin. Like no one ever brings that up, but he looks just like Adam Baldwin.
Yes. I think Adam Baldwin voiced Superman at one point.
Maybe. I don't know. I'll have to ask him.
So
no, I know Adam Baldwin. Yeah.
So here we are at Screen Rant. Wonder Woman 1984. Patti Jenkins and his fellow DCE and his. Okay, that doesn't make any sense.
And his fellow.
Yeah, they just completely either misgendered or they outed Patti Jenkins.
No, that doesn't make any sense.
Wow, that's weird.
You're reading Screen Rant, right?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay. Patti Jenkins, fellow DCEU directors, didn't like Joss Whedon's Justice League. Jenkins is back with the franchise after the success of her 2017 collaboration with Gal Gadot, Wonder Woman. Justice League's infamous troubled production has been discussed countless times since the film hit theaters in 2017 after launching the DCEU with Man of Steel and introducing the rest of the heroes in Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice. Zack Snyder was supposed to, we all know this, with the story behind it and whatnot. Yeah.
Know what happened? Fill me in. I'm a little bit behind on this one.
Some stuff happened. And Zach's back. Says yes, but the theatrical cut of Justice League was both a financial and critical bomb. As it turns, we will read that. But as it turns out, not just fans and critics didn't like it. Even other DCEU directors tossed that out, as revealed by Jenkins, who's currently doing press for Wonder Woman 1984. She also added in the interview with Cinema Blend that while watching it, she didn't recognize half of the characters in the film. The Justice League, she said, and I don't know if you guys have actually seen the video of this, but it's gold.
I like how she did it. The Justice League?
The Justice League? Is that the movie you're talking about? Was that a movie? Did they actually make that? Because I don't remember them actually making the actual Justice League movie.
She was so dismissive when she said,
"Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, it was such a thing of beauty." She goes, "The Justice League? No, I think that all of us DC directors, which is interesting." That she said all of us DC directors. So how many DC is that meaning? Because up to that point, all we'd had was Zack Snyder and Patty, and then James Wan. Right? That's those three. I mean, we know how Zack Snyder feels about it. He'd burn the whole.
Well, don't forget about David Ayer.
Well, yeah, there's David Ayer.
You got Ayer. Then you had the director for the Flash movie, which they changed, but
you got David F. Sandberg too.
Yeah, I think that's Sandberg. We knew that he wanted Zach's vision, Sandberg for sure. Yep. So it makes sense.
That man is a treasure. I just want to quickly say that. I love Sandberg so much.
He's awesome. Yeah.
Now, Sandberg did Shazam, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, okay. Sandberg did Shazam. Yeah. Which I love Shazam. I know that, whatever. But she's basically here speaking for all of them. And she's, she goes, all of us DC directors toss that out. Toss it out. Just as much as the fans did. I almost feel like, guys, like we need.
I can't believe she said it. Is what I just can't believe it.
I mean, how do you think that this makes certain people feel, who have been like, oh, she doesn't like it. She's in, the court with Jeff Johns and all that. And obviously, she did write with Jeff Johns. So there is a connection there, but. to say I tossed it out. I mean, this is that's a big deal. That's a big deal for her to say. I mean, it's now I almost need like somebody to superimpose Patti Jenkins' head and Joss Whedon's head over this.
What are you supposed to be? Where's
I'm vengeance. Because she finally spoke up. She finally spoke up, and she came in just in time to basically put things right, because people had been questioning her loyalties and everything, and she basically just knocked it out of the park, man. With this,
she shut up a lot of haters with that. Is what you're trying to say, because a lot of people was questioning her loyalty to Zach before DC Fandom, and then Zach pulled her into a call at DC Fandom, and you would think that would have calmed people hating on Patti Jenkins. And so now this is like the like it's like a 1-2 punch. So this is the second punch.
This is her cracking open a ice cold Dr. Pepper there, or Rockstar in my case, and just saying, "Hey, shut up. I'm with Zach."
Sponsored by.
Gosh, I wish. Can you imagine? Can you imagine how awesome that would be? Like,
oh man.
You'd be like, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Poindexter Lounge, sponsored by Rockstar. When I drink a Rockstar,
I couldn't have beers on here.
I have to drink my Rockstar with my pinky out, because it's just the proper way of doing it.
Mine just
non-carbonated for me, thank you, and thank you, Rockstar, for making a non-carbonated energy drink, because hey, I had bariatric surgery and I can no longer drink carbonated beverages. Thanks for hitting the spot.
You're getting a sponsor now. You know you
awesome.
are.
We're on our way. We're on our way.
Shit.
That mess up. Give me a sponsor, boy. Posters and shirts.
Right? I'll do it all, man. So she's so again here she just tosses. She says, I love it. She says, I think that all of us just like tossed that out, and just as much as the fans did. That is like, oh my gosh, just dropping,
putting them through the table
as much as the fans did.
Woo! That's her. Obviously, you called out Joss Whedon, but that's calling out people within Warner Brothers at the same time. So like, she had no shame, and she felt very safe, saying this right before her movie came out.
Man, she goes, but also I felt that version contradicted my first movie in many ways, and this current movie. So that's something new that she took it personally, that she felt that Justice League movie, which came out after her movie, was a complete shambles, and that it contradicted her first movie just dealing with Wonder Woman. She goes, and I love the fact that she put this. She goes, and this current movie, which I was already in production on. She's just very clear here. This is like surgical precision stuff here. Speaking of Larry Bird.
Over the Grand Canyon, off your face, through the window, off the floor, nothing but net.
I gotta go, boys.
We'll see you later, Tony. We'll see you, Tony.
Sorry. Bye, guys.
Have a good night, man.
Tony.
Yeah, I mean,
you guys.
Thanks for being here, Tony. But yeah, she just puts it right there. She goes, look, I was even already in pre-production. I was in production, she goes, of my current movie. She goes, so then what are you going to do? I was like, you would have to play ball in both directions in order for that to work. The only thing I have done and have always tried to do is I knew when Zach was doing Justice League where she sort of ends up. So I always tried. Like, I didn't change her suit because I never want to. I don't want to contradict his films, Now this is showing people working together. Working together, making these films go in the right direction together. Says, but yet I have to have my own films, which is, there's nothing wrong with that. She's making the solo films after, after Wonder Woman showed up in Batman v Superman, and they were working towards Justice League. She goes, and he's been very supportive of that, meaning Zack Snyder. Zack has been very supportive of that. She goes, and so I think that Justice League was kind of an outlier. They were trying to turn one thing into kind of another. And so then it becomes, I don't recognize half of these characters. I'm not sure what's going on.
And she gives him the chair.
Damn.
Wow.
I mean, that's...
I'll tell you what, Matt Jarbo.
Swearing, but I thought of Seinfeld, like the what was it, the Jean Paul thing? These son of a bitches ice cold.
Matt, you put it best, I think, right here.
They're trying. Let me just break it down for you like this. I can summarize everything up in simply 2 words. You lost. Yeah. I'm also really fat. Jeez, I'm so fat.
But seriously, I mean, people have been waiting for her to come out for a while and say something, and that right there, she hit everything she needed. To do.
Yeah, but like, I mean, come on, like, do you think it's 4 years ago, man?
Well, could she speak at that time, Jarbo? Though, like, I mean, there were NDAs involved, right? She couldn't.
You could come out, but like they could, like look, like Timothy Chalamet hosting SNL the other night, like at the end sequence of it, was wearing a legendary shirt signifying his allegiance in this whole Dune legendary fight thing, right? Mm-hmm. So it's like you can say something without saying something in Hollywood, and you know whatever. And I'm like, look, she co-wrote, didn't she co-write like Wonder Woman 84 with Jeff Johns?
He was involved.
That was a conversation in chat for the last about sort of 10 minutes.
Yeah, probably. I'm editing some stuff. So
no, I'm just saying.
Well, but it's like I'm sorry, I don't view Patti Jenkins as this BAMF right now, right? I just don't, because I'm like, she could have come out. I think she played it safe, and that's fine. That's fine. She played it safe, but right now they've already, Joss Whedon recently left. The Nevers, the whole thing with the Warner Media investigation has been concluded with remedial action taken, whatever that means. And then you got all this other stuff. It's like, okay, now she feels safe to say something because now it's like we need hype to build. So why don't you go and blow a little smoke up the ass of the Snyder Cut fans? Now you can say something. I just think I don't know, man. I just think it's
you think it's opportunistic.
Yeah. And again, that's the game of Hollywood, That's the total game of Hollywood, but I'm not going to sit there and reward it. And but like, I mean, good on her for saying something. That's now the official record, but I think at any point in time, like we could have,
But even too, you can say this, and this is probably like a hyperbole, but you can say that Zack could have said something in 2017. I mean, I understand why he didn't. You know what I'm saying? Now he's talking like he was on the stream with, Justice Con, where he was just like, no holds barred, and people could make that same accusation is what I'm saying, Jarbo, is that, okay, well, Zack, you should have said something when you was removed, when we knew it was BS while you were removed. You know what I mean? So it is that game. That's what I'm trying to say. It's that game.
No, I get it. I get it. But it's one of those things now where it's kind of like, I don't know, like you see, like it's always, I feel like people talk out of both sides of the mouth all the time. Mm-hmm. And I understand that that's the thing. And I'm just so like, I'm so tired of like look at the Disney Investor Day, right? Like how many rumors were confirmed that had been coming around? Quite a few of them were confirmed. Yeah. And you have but then right before then, look at the Alien series, for example, Noah Hawley's Alien series, like 3 weeks ago, that was canceled, right? Everyone's like, "Oh, the Alien series is canceled. What is the Disney? Screw that! What have they done?" And then it's all like, "Hey guys, do you want a nerd boner? Alien series is happening," and so you can't ever trust. This is all PR. Right. It's all PR. It's all whatever, man. They're gonna deny, and I get that. I'm just so tired of the rigmarole with us, like of us arguing over that when I think all know deep down. It's just like they're never going to tell you how they truly feel until either it's 100% safe to do so, or they're like they just don't care. And it's rare that you get the people who don't care.
Yeah, it does sound like she hits kind of a greatest hits, right? Right there. I mean, it's like, hey, and if you act now, you'll also get I didn't like Justice League. But wait, there's more. Also, none of the directors like Justice League. But wait, there's more. I like Zack Snyder a whole bunch. Wait, there's more. It didn't mesh up with my movie, Coming or Going. We didn't like it. Yeah, so I get it. I get how it sounds, and I do understand it's the Hollywood back and forth kind of thing, and like, you know, never knowing really if somebody is being genuine or if like this is like the line, you know, to toe the company line,
or they're just dogpiling,
or they're just dogpiling now because like, look, they can finally say something. As Rasha said, you know, like the contracts are up, like Zsjl said, the NDAs are up. Maybe this is the opportunity and the time that she had to finally be able to say something and bring it to fruition that this needed to be said, you know, and it could be. And it's hard to, I get it. I actually understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
You know, but as a 44-year-old, I want to look at the positivity.
Anytime it starts off like that,
right? No.
As they insert my age.
Yeah. No, I want to be positive and show the positivity because look. Here's the thing: more time could have gone on, and quite possibly she could have just never said anything.
Right. That was my point. Yeah.
Right. I mean, so I guess as a fan of Snyder, I am glad that she has finally come out and basically said what we were all hoping, how she felt. That this is what were you saying there, Brian?
Well, I almost, now that we're kind of talking about it, I kind of have a feeling like she's playing to the audience a little bit. And I think it's kind of in vogue right now to take hot steamers on Joss Whedon.
But she went beyond.
I'm not saying that he doesn't deserve it, this, that, and the other thing. I'm just saying, like, you know, the floodgates are starting to open up.
Well, okay. Well, let me ask you this. Let me ponder this for a hot moment.
Sure.
All right. She didn't say Joss Whedon specifically.
True.
She just says Justice League. Now, we know that version of the movie, Justice League, everyone puts on Joss Whedon's, but Jeff Johns was also going to have to greenlight the script, and so was John Berg, and Kevin Tushihara and Toby Emmerich were also directly involved, Tushihara putting that 2-hour hard cut on it. So how much of that potentially was the upper executives of Warner Brothers that are no longer in those positions of power and not necessarily Joss Whedon? So, I mean, he's caught the brunt of it, but what if it really was like he was contracted and just, you know, he was a hired gun. He was a hired gun.
Well, the fact that the movie sucked, yes, I would put that on. What he did while he was there, right? That's a totally other thing. That, you know, and I think that you make a really good point because actually we really do need to separate a couple of things about Justice League, right? So there is the fact that, you know, Jeff Johns kind of wanted it to go in a different direction. They got rid of Zach at the beginning and made way and then brought in Joss. And Joss did not have to be whatever he was on the set while they were filming it. And that's why I stand with Ray Fisher on that as to what their experience was there, and, you know, and that things happened while they were on the set. So there's two different things there, right? So like Joss did do a bunch of rewriting with the help of apparently Jeff Johns, and they kind of rewrote it because they didn't want it, because Jeff Johns did not want it to be what Zach's vision was and go where it was going, which I don't know how you can expect for that to make sense, given the direction that Zach was going with his movies, which had every time somebody complains to me about Justice League or about this, and I'm just like, it's called an arc. It's called a story arc. You got Man of Steel, you got Batman v Superman. It was supposed to go in a specific direction with Justice League and come to fruition with Justice League 2, 3, and you were going to see this whole story, so you could step back from it and go, wow, look at this amazing story that we were just told. Instead, we got like the first two parts of that story, and then literally the third part got bastardized and chopped up one side down the other because somebody like Jeff Johns brought Joss Whedon in on the pile up with him and decided, hey, we're going to switch this whole thing and change this whole thing and make it something else. And that's what she alludes to here, right? That, I didn't recognize these characters. They were trying to turn one thing into kind of another. And that's what we've all been saying, and that we recognize to be the truth of the situation. I think it kind of all goes back to, as far as the movie itself, that's Geoff Johns.
Yeah.
That's on Geoff Johns for wanting to turn Justice League into something else. But once Joss got there, Joss contributed to the bastardization of the movie in adding scenes that were ridiculous and jokey and hokey and all this stuff. And they dug a hole together then. So then they became partners in crime.
Yeah.
And then Joss became a complete, jerk to everybody.
They threw him under the bus. They're like, dude.
Well, I mean, so, again, it's kind of like when they brought in Joss, they probably went, okay, as they rub like cocaine from the nose, like, okay, here's what we want. We want you to do, okay, you're not going to get the chance to do your Avengers 3. So why don't you take your concept for Avengers 3 and you put it in this movie? And we want, like, Aquaman is the new Thor, Batman is the new Iron Man, Superman, he's dead. So, like, whatever, I don't know, Star-Lord, some shit, right? Bring it in and, like, do
Captain America stuff.
Captain America stuff, yeah, like, that's could be...
If he was dead.
Yeah, like that's, like that could be, because you could tell like the writing was very Marvel-esque at the time. And I think Marvel has grown exponentially in regards to their storytelling since Joss Whedon. I think when he exited and the Russos came in, you got like far better storytelling. But that's probably what it was, because you could tell they wanted to play catch up so bad. And everyone was criticizing this back even in 2013. When they're like, we had Man of Steel in June, and then at July Comic-Con, they come out and they go, hey, BVS. And as supportive as I was at the time, I still went like, yeah, you could tell they're making the rush. They're making the rush. They're trying to play catch up because Avengers had come out a year ago. Iron Man 3 had just come out and done $1 billion for a third movie. Like you could tell Warner's was like, we're feeling the heat. And so then they've just like, they've gone everywhere. Now, what I'm hoping now is that they're just gonna like sit down and they're gonna hone this thing out, and they're just gonna they're gonna hone their storytelling, hone their vision, and give it to Zach. And it feels like what IMAX, BVS, resolution, like okay, right, like like they're allowing him to play back in that field. So it's all good. But I actually have to run. I have a lot of editing to do still, and I need to be able to hear everything. I'm just as a real quick, I just kind of want to run this past you guys real quick. Maybe get your feedback. So I'm working on this. I don't have a name for the series, but it's kind of like I want to talk about like the history of how a movie is made, of like just the like elements of it. So I did this one on Prometheus because I really like Prometheus and I like the story of it. And so granted, a lot of it is kind of like it is. I used like the Wikipedia elements of it as a blueprint, and I just kind of as a skeleton. And I kind of like find other little elements to add in there. Is that something you guys might want to like listen to? Like just kind of like the history of how something came together?
Yeah, like a podcast.
Yeah. It's I recorded it before I jumped on. It was like nearly 40 minutes. With the cool thing was I found I wrote the script out, and then I found an online teleprompter app that's free, and I could just sit there with my monitor and it's voice activated, and like that makes recording a breeze. So now I got to go in and fine tune the edit. So that's but I'll show it to you guys privately if you want. It's something I'm just kind of kicking around because I need something better than not making content.
Yeah, I hear you, man.
So all right, guys, I know I'm going to derail everything. Just let me. No,
you're good, man.
On the thing with Patti Jenkins, it's fun to see like her taking shots at the previous executive branch because they suck. I'm glad Wonder Woman's coming. I'm really looking forward to Squadron.
Can I ask you a question, Matt?
Yes.
Can I ask you a question, Matt?
Yeah.
So if she were to in turn say something about Geoff Johns, would you personally look at that as being just a continuation of this and just like more kind of fan service, or would you look at that as being okay, you know what, she probably has some issues with this and this is her truth?
I think, if she came out and she was a bit more specific, Because like what she said was very surface level, like, oh well, the other DC directors, we didn't like it, it's like, okay. I would be a bit more open for it. It's one of those things where it's like you read so many statements and a lot of it is BS PR. And maybe I'm just I think the older I get, just the more cynical I'm getting.
Well, I don't know if you saw Mask of Shy's comment about you.
No.
It says Jarbo's comments sometimes sound like an old Logan, tired and weary of everything.
Yeah.
Hollywood shenanigans.
No, I hear.
Yeah. We just want to hear the stoners. I could get high. I'm out of weed, but I could go get some. I'm not.
Got some good stuff.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. And I mean, look, man, it's like I think what it is I get to this weird place where it's like I'm a contrarian by nature as well. And so if everyone has like a certain opinion, I will be the contrarian, and I don't know how to turn it off, to be honest with you. Like I really don't know how to turn it off. So that does add to the cynicism, I'll admit. But I often, Zsjl, and everyone here who knows me pretty well, I'm very optimistic about like everything.
Yes.
I'm like super optimistic about stuff that like everybody hates. And that's not because of the contrarian. That's simply because I want to see it. And then, but it's like people start like, but I also can see through the cracks on certain things. And then that's when like it kind of, my OCD will kick in, and then I want to fight about it. Mm-hmm. I need more drugs is basically what I'm trying to say. Or Jesus, I don't know yet. I'm still grappling with that eternal question.
I mean, you have a perfect person to talk to.
I'm just saying, man, I'm way too no, I'm gone. My soul is left. It's currently
better to I'll say this. Better to squeak into heaven than to go full force into hell.
That's true, but I also I'm really a big fan of the whole deathbed repentance thing.
Hey Matt. You ever find it interesting that I came into your life?
No.
I know that's not true.
I know. See, I know exactly the line you're going to use.
I'm not using any line.
Oh yeah. No, I'm not.
I'm not using any line on
you ever
it.
find it kind of weird that how about this? You ever notice how I came into your life, Enosh? You ever wonder about that? Like,
I know, but you know what? You know what though? We've had a lot of great conversations, Matt, and I really enjoy our conversations.
I enjoy them as well. Yeah.
And I think you're a good guy, man. I think you're a good
guy.
Appreciate
that. Thank you.
And I'm always here for you. And I've never used a line on you.
No, I know.
You know what I mean?
I was just making a crack. I was just making a crack because I knew you were here and I knew what you would do. No. The thing is, Enosh, I love you to death, brother. Like I love you to death, man. You're, everyone here, you guys are great. I come on because
when the drugs run out,
Oh, did I want Depp as Joker?
Call me.
Dude, I haven't had any alcohol since like July of 2019. So I don't drink or do much stuff anymore. But no, I like everybody. I like to chat. I wouldn't be here if I didn't enjoy it. I know I talk too much and I apologize, but I'm going to go and edit some stuff. So I'll see you guys all on the flip side.
I see you didn't answer the Depp question.
Oh no, I was just asking me on Twitter earlier today too. I would see, yeah, I think I would prefer, I don't know if I'd want him to be Joker. I think Depp would, if it was like Burton and Johnny Depp in that situation, I would see it as being more like Mad Hatter-esque is how I think Depp would play it.
Yeah.
Just a more sadistic Mad Hatter. But then again, there's also the villain Mad Hatter in Batman. So like,
that's what you're talking about.
Yeah. I think if we were going to put Johnny Depp in a Batman villain role, that is a very tough one. Because he would have to be like exaggerated in order for it to work. And it's like, and I kind of immediately thought of like Black Mask, but then I felt that Ewan McGregor over exaggerated the role in Birds of Prey. So I'm like, no, but maybe like the Riddler, he could do like a real over the top, like Schumacher-esque Riddler. But then again, that would also be a little bit too much like Jim Carrey, I think. So I don't know. I'd have to think about that one. Maybe Solomon Grundy as this a weird offshoot, just a total off the wall condiment king. Johnny Depp is condiment king.
Crazy quilt.
I can see that though.
Yeah. Does Mara have a villain? Does Mara have an arch nemesis? I mean,
She throw a phone at him.
I mean, we know that she's prone to pooping in beds, but I don't know if there's.
And with that,
I'm gonna go. I'll see you guys later.
Right.
Hopefully, I made you guys laugh a little bit.
you did.
With some jokes. So that's why I'm here. Anyway, I'll see you
always
guys later.
make
Have a good
Later.
All right, Dribble.
Have a good one.
But yeah, you know, I think that with these words from Patti Jenkins, look, whether it's coming back to trying to toe a company line or whatever, she has said the words now, right? And I think Rasha brought up a really good point in the fact that, you know, and I know, Zsjl, you even mentioned it here, and that is the fact that NDAs are there, right? There are rules, there are restrictions that people have and can't always say something at the time. And whether or not that's the situation here, or, you know, maybe she feels that now is the time for her to say something, or, you know, whatever the situation is, the reality is she said this and she dropped this bomb, and it's pretty clear now that she is on the side of that, you know, of Zach, and she's, you know, she's made that pretty clear. So
yeah,
and I'm glad that she did. I'm glad that she did. You know, for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Well, it helps for solidarity going forward, you know.
Oh, heck yeah. And I think that that's just good for the DCEU, right?
Oh, yeah.
It's definitely good for the DCEU. It's good for the fans, you know, who want to support her and want to support Wonder Woman, and they don't want to feel like, you know, there's somehow, you know, some bad blood between her and Zach, or, you know, all the, you know, and look, we know the people who have tried to insert that narrative, right? Over the last while, we know those people, and I'm glad that those people, unless they're really grasping for straws, they're not going to be able to keep on with that narrative anymore.
They can just say, "Oh, I just don't like her," or "I don't like, you know, this woman directing," or if that's what it's about, then don't try to hide it with saying, "Oh, she hates Zach," or you know, something like that. So that theory is gone now. So yeah.
Yep, that's out of there. So that being said, I do want to bring in Nicotina.
Hey,
what is
buddy.
up,
Nick.
everybody? Zsjl, what's going on, man?
Hi, man. I haven't talked to you in a couple months, man.
I know. How's everybody doing?
Doing good, man.
Having fun.
Hey, talk about a big. I don't mean to swear on your show, Enosh, but talk about a big fucking
Okay,
day.
Batman. Okay, Batman.
right.
But
All right, Batman.
I mean, just to quote the word behind Zsjl, yeah. I mean,
is that F word with you? I thought it was with you.
I know it's with you.
Just got
It
that
really
right.
is, Paul. This is a huge day. I mean, man. I mean, this is just one thing after another today, and it was so exciting. But yeah, no. The biggest announcement of all, though. I mean, come on, guys. Was Poindexter Lounge. I mean, come on. You
hands down.
You won the day, but in a good way.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
If I had a hat on, I'd remove it for you.
Yeah. Oh, here. This is what I'll do. This is what I'll do for you. There we go.
Uh-oh. Hold on. Let me get this up here.
Tip of the Justice League cap to you, sir.
Yeah. A Justice League cap to you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
But yeah.
I appreciate that.
I was telling you earlier that,
and to you as well.
Oh, thank you. You still got that sticker on there, though. I see.
I do, because that's the cool. That's what the
cool kids do. Yeah, that's what they do.
I thought it was stupid for the longest time, but then I felt like my hats were naked without it. Like, for some reason.
Yeah, I took mine off though. So
I took one off, and then it like left a circle there, and I was like, "Well, screw that! I don't want to."
So then you put another one on it.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. No, not this one. No, not this one.
You have another hat.
No, another hat. Another hat that I have. Right, I took the sticker off, and it left a circle. So I was like,
okay, that's okay. Well, that's interesting. Well, guys, I mean, I know you guys have been talking about this for a while now, but yeah. I mean, it's an exciting day. You know, not to mention we got the news just the other day about Batman or BVS being re-released or being remastered for IMAX. I mean, that's pretty cool in its own. And I hope that we get that for HBO Max because I want to see that on my TV, even though it's not an IMAX TV, but it'll still look cool.
Supposedly some deleted scenes with that BVS.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be interesting.
That's cool.
Yeah,
that's gonna be very, very cool.
Yes.
Now that I have I know Brian's got to get going in a minute. Brian, I'd love to hear your take on this real quick, because I always love your takes on this. So, Tyler Hoechlin, the Superman stuff. This is what we had before.
Oof.
Mm-hmm. I liked that suit, to be honest.
CW, you know.
It's CW.
So can I tell you the things that I don't like about this suit? Let me tell you about the stuff that I don't like about the suit. Let me tell you the stuff that I like first.
Okay.
I don't mind the neckline because I like the lower neckline. I always have. I like a lower neckline on the suit. The shape of the S, I like the shape of the S. I don't like the material that the S is made out of because the rest of the suit is that CW spandex stuff that looks weird. It's like always these weird patterns and stuff in it. And then it just looks like a big plastic S slapped there. But I love the size of it.
It looks like a plastic S. Like it was made out of like a fruit by the foot. You know what I mean? Just like
I love the size of the S on his chest there. And I love the shape of it. I love that it's the classic S. Now, here's the things that I don't like. I don't like the material that the S is made out of. I don't like the material that the suit is made out of. I hate the cape. The cape looks like pleather. It
does look cheap.
I hate the way that it connects. It looks, to me, that's just dumb. I mean, because you got literally space in here now between where it connects out here and the neckline. The neckline
looks like Injustice Superman in a way.
Maybe, but just not good. And
I'm saying as far as just the cape.
And you can't see it in this picture that I pulled up, but the belt for this costume is horrid. It looks like a belt buckle. Or not a belt buckle.
Is this a new suit?
No, this is the old suit.
This
is the old suit. So I mean, it looks like a big plastic ring around his.
You can tell it's made for television.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it doesn't even look like it looks almost like a cosplayer's kind of deal.
Like you see it at a convention or something.
Yeah. Now
that's a good cosplay.
Yeah, true.
Oh yeah.
Maybe. But that's what we have there. This is what was released that we're getting.
Okay, if it looks like that, but in reality looks like the other one, I'm going to be disappointed.
Well,
likewise.
This is a picture of him in it.
That kind of looks like it. It looks like
terrible pose.
Yeah.
It's a horrible.
He's like, another bad
photo.
It looks like he's dancing or something.
Yeah.
My guess is it's an outtake.
Hello, my baby. Hello, my darling. Hello, my gal. Send me a kiss by wire. Baby, my heart's on fire. If you refuse me, honey, you'll lose me. Look at my big fat chest sticking out now, baby. This is my Superman suit. Yeah, I don't know.
He must work out.
He looks a little top heavy, doesn't he?
A little bit. I'm wondering if it's like padded or something.
It's way padded. It is way padded. He looks better in this.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, that's also very airbrushed and made.
Well, yeah. I'm just saying. I hope that in the end that it looks more like this and less like this. Because I don't like the top heaviness of this.
The arms are eerily reminiscent of that one that they were going to do for Nicolas Cage, where it was like the muscles bound up all weird, and I don't know, man.
What do you so Brian? So here's the other weird thing about this. If you zoom up on this, the entire suit has that cross-hatch spandexy look, including the S.
Which is fine.
No, it's the exact opposite of the problem here.
I'm saying at least it's consistent.
If this looks too smooth and it looks weird because it stands out, this one, given the fact that it's all that crosshatch stuff, even on the S, it looks weird because it doesn't look like it had I don't know. It's just
doesn't the Snyder suit have that kind of deal?
No, it's got a different pattern to it. It's got a different pattern, so it sticks out. It actually has a slightly different pattern to it than just the cross stitching in the outfit.
It's kind of what they did with the Star Trek movies. Like if you get really
track
close
suit.
to the uniforms, they have little communicator badges all throughout.
I've been out to WB, the Warner Brothers lot, and I have pictures. I got close-up pictures of the thing, and I can actually try to find that real quick. But I took really close-up photos of that because I loved how that costume looked. Even close up, that costume just, I don't know, there's something about it that it still looks really good, even though it's got like a pattern to it. You know what I mean? Here let's see if it'll let me pull it up. I got to pull it up a different way, but I can pull it up. But it has just a different kind of pattern and look to it. It's not. It doesn't look the same for the whole thing. I should say.
Okay, just real quick. I'm just gonna hop off for like 2 seconds. I'll be right back. I'm just flipping over to my phone just because I gotta go do something real quick.
Oh, hey now.
Yeah.
What do you got to do? I mean, look, it's
nothing special. It's I'll be away from the laptop. So
as far as costumes go, it's not this.
No.
What? Why?
It's not that. It's not that.
Why are you a Star Sapphire under it?
Although the muscles look a lot better, though. I'll tell you that.
Sapphire.
That's it. It wasn't. It's before Ryan got a hold of it.
It's no. It's no George Clooney batsuit though.
It's animated. That's
it's animated. Yeah, it's all animated.
It doesn't have the nips.
Pixar.
I just found this. I found that while looking for for the photo I was looking for, and I was like, "Oh, I gotta bring that up because that is freaking hilarious."
It is.
It looks good on you though, man.
I like it. I like it.
Good. You look good in that outfit.
I'll take it.
Yeah. I mean, now the question is do you actually look like that in an outfit that looks like that?
Absolutely.
Okay.
In my mind. No.
In my mind.
In my mind's eye, I look like that.
In my mind's eye.
That's right.
Right. No, but what do you guys think? Do you like that, Brian? I mean, do you like this?
Yeah, I mean, it looks better than the other suit. I mean, it was kind of like they got stuck on Christopher Reeve's suit, and then like.
Can we get my photo off? I mean,
is it still on there?
That's rather inventive. I pay real money to do that.
I'm getting compliments now.
It's got that.
All right, hey, you guys.
Right.
I'm gonna jump over to my stream, so I just want to stop in and say what's up to everybody. What's up, Zsjl? What's up, Enosh? What's up, Brian? TW had to bounce out for a minute because he had to use the bathroom or whatnot. But
yeah, we're not going to be on too much longer, and we'll send over to you, man. But I wanted to talk about this this costume because I haven't actually talked about it yet. So and then like I said, it's a good costume. It's better than the one that was there before. I will say that.
I think so.
I think it's better than the one before. I do have up the cross stitching here in the S, so we can actually see what that looks like.
Okay.
I like the Man of Steel one, just better. I think that it just looks better than this one does. But I mean, obviously, it's from Man of Steel, right? It's if I can pull it up here, I had it up here. Just gotta find it again. I love when you have like so many. Anybody who does these streams, like like after a while, like you get like so many things in there that you're using and bringing in and out of StreamYard, and you're like, where the heck did that one go? Right?
I wish you could move that around, like in your menu, if you could like
yes,
that'd be a perfect update.
If you can reorganize them, that'd be so much better. Much better.
I'm like, I got this picture here, then I got to scroll.
Yeah, you're like, yeah.
I know, man. It's like, come on, like put something where I can find it for goodness sake, because I literally just drug it over to my downloads, and like sometimes I drug it.
Well, it's at the bottom then, that's right.
I just looked and it wasn't. It's not there, and so now I'm having to like scroll through like pictures, and have this kind of meeting on air
Thanks, StreamYard.
And then like uploaded and
and it's like then you start questioning, did it even go over? Did it not go over?
Hey,
like,
the worst is
heck
if you try to
it?
load it and then it says, "Oh, you have too many pictures loaded up or whatever," and you can't do it. You're like, "Oh, damn."
What's the limit anyway?
There's a limit on there. It's all based on memory.
It's like 100. It's like 100.
Yeah.
You can, and which I don't think that I have like because it says 100, and then I'm like, or like it's like 100 megabytes or something like that. I think maybe.
Oh, just like the size of it, of the video or picture.
Yeah, so I think you can have like up to 100 megabytes of pictures, and you can see. And here's the thing, man. I literally just put that in there, and I now it's not even. It's just gone. Like it's not even in there.
I know it's like inside baseball to a lot of viewers.
I know. Like I apologize to our viewers right now because like you guys should not have to deal with this kind of junk. Oh, you know what? I just found it, but then again, I have to rename it now.
All right.
Because it will not.
I will see you guys later while you find that image.
Right. I found it. I got it now, but I literally have to name it a JPEG. I literally have to name it a JPEG before it will now let me. Before it will now let me bring it in.
So it's like a format.
It's a weird thing, guys. It is a weird thing. As we just like lost literally like everybody. Probably no, we didn't. You guys are still with us. Thank you, guys. You guys are the most awesome people in the world. It's just because everybody wants to see this picture like close up with bated breath, right? With bated breath, and now it's loading.
Yeah, like people talking about with Tyler and Superman. Like, I mean, like other people are saying, I'm gonna watch the show. I'm a DC fan, so I'm gonna watch. I'm gonna give any show a chance. I'm gonna watch the show. I'm a DC fan, so I'm gonna watch. I'm gonna give it. Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah, and then I was told that there's gonna be the Green Lantern, Diggle Green Lantern on that show. So I mean, like I said, I'm gonna give this show a chance and see what happens.
Yeah, look, you know what? I'm a Superman fan, right? And so that's my biggest thing. Still, is you know what? I'm glad that Superman is in the vernacular, right? I'm glad that he is going to be. This is how I should have done it just from the beginning. I should have just opened the stupid thing instead of trying to load it, and just shared. Right, like that's what I should have done. But you don't think about that
on the fly. Yeah,
on the fly, you're thinking, well, I gotta load it, right?
Your jetpack on the side.
So there it is. So you can see the difference here between the different patterns and stuff that's in there.
That's wonderful right there.
Yeah, this is actually probably better because it's nice and big there. But I love this suit. I love the way that this suit looks, man. I love the original, even better, more so than the Batman v Superman suit. I love the Man of Steel suit.
Right.
Like Mask of Strife says, it's like chainmail almost.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just got a great pattern to it. I like this better than the Superman Returns suit for sure.
Oh, where it's like it sticks out 3D, but it's like bright and shiny.
A big plastic piece right on your chest or something. It looks like one of those little things for kids that like kids wear that like they put on a little thing so that you can put it over your existing clothes.
Yeah,
like
and the underwear.
Oh my gosh.
That one was awful.
Yeah, but it is what it is. I think that this new suit, we all know that things look better once you see them. Hopefully, well, you really can't make your decision until you see it in live action, right? So you can see a picture like this and go, well, that looks horrible. Like that looks weird.
Yeah.
I mean, but like you said,
it's not very flattering.
Yeah, it's not very flattering, but it looks like, the cape looks pretty decent. Coming out of the outfit, even though I'm usually a fan of the bigger neckline, that looks pretty decent. Just the top heavy thing. So it'll be interesting to see it in motion. And I like the concept of this show, where he's got his kids and it's him and Lois and everything. I mean, I like that because that's very reminiscent of the Rebirth story.
Yeah, I like the comic run on that, and we're getting the live action. I think that's something different.
Absolutely. So I'm looking forward to this, and I'm hoping for it. Right. I'm glad that they finally decided that they can show both Superman on the big screen and the small screen. Because for how long did we get all that stuff about? Well, you can't do that.
Right.
And so, are you with us, TW?
I think so. Everything? Can you guys hear me? All
Okay. Yeah, I had to send you out because we were here in Zsjl. So, but yeah, but that's that. This is the suit right here, and I spent 4 or 5 minutes actually trying to find this. So I like looking at it. That being said, the only other thing that we had was the Chris Pine thing and D&D. Are you guys excited for that?
I completely forgot they were making a D&D movie.
Yeah.
I like Chris Pine.
I do too.
Same here.
It kind of feels like he's a weird choice for that, doesn't he?
Yeah, it wouldn't have been my first guess. Yeah, it wouldn't have been my first, choice.
The Princess Diaries. So maybe that was where they hired him.
It's Captain Kirk, man. Captain Kirk.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like when I think of D&D, maybe it's just like I think because I'm a nerd, like I think of other nerds, and I guess I get that. Like you guess maybe if he's like some heroic guy, right? That he wouldn't be just a nerd, but maybe he's not playing D&D. But I mean, I always thought it'd be
like the Warcraft movie, kind of.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe it's the old D&D movie, right?
Mm-hmm.
Zsjl, do you have any news on this movie?
On the D&D, actually, no. Today is the first I've heard of that project. Like
really?
Straight up. Yeah, like I haven't really been following, but because I don't really follow,
Yeah.
That news, but I mean, it definitely has my attention now with Chris Pine attached to it because I'm a fan of him as an actor. So
he's good as Steve Trevor. I mean, geez.
Yeah. I mean, we'll see what trickles out about it because it has my attention now.
Yeah, I mean, I always thought it would be cool to see maybe a movie like this, a D&D movie where it starts off like they're playing the game,
mm-hmm.
and then maybe they get pulled into
like Jumanji.
Yeah, kind of like a Jumanji kind of thing,
mm-hmm.
something like that. I guess it'd be a little bit too on the nose, but yeah, I mean, he's he's going to be coming off the heels of Wonder Woman, and it'll be interesting to see what he does with a series like that.
It's one of the few actors in Hollywood that hasn't gone full Marvel.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, yeah, he hasn't done Marvel, and I like Chris Pine.
He did Sony Marvel. He was one of the Spider-Men in Spider-Verse.
That's true. Yeah, he was the first Spider-Man. Yeah, the one that got it. Spoiler alert for people that.
Yeah,
that poor guy.
Yeah, I don't know, but yeah. All right, man. We'll see you later, Brian. No, you're good, man. We're closing up here. I'm just trying to close up a bunch of stuff right now, and that was the last thing that we had for the agenda tonight. We've had an interesting night. We've had a fun night. Thank you, Brian, for being here, man.
Oh, thanks for having me, man.
Thank you, Brian, and get with me so that I can get you your.
Yeah, I'll send you my address and stuff. Still, always a pleasure, dude. We'll see you around.
Definitely, man.
All right, later, guys. Take care.
All right, man. We'll see you later.
Right.
Well, guys, I think that brings us to the end of our stream, and it's been, like you said, a fun night. Zsjl, thank you, sir, for coming on tonight, man. Was this your first time being on one of my streams?
This was actually my first. Well, actually, DC Fandom, I was on here for about 10 minutes, a hot second, then I had to leave. But this is the first full show. So yeah, this was fun. Appreciate the invite.
Absolutely, man. Thanks, man. You're always welcome, sir. Always glad to have you on. Zsjl, why don't you tell everybody where we can find you?
Well, definitely. Zsjl Abdul Inc. Is the Twitter handle, and it's also the YouTube channel, Zsjl Abdul Inc. I am doing my normal show tomorrow morning around noon Eastern Standard Time. Coffee Talk. It's DC Talk. It's heavy DC talk, but I am branching out to all things of pop culture. This week also, if you live in an area where you have HBO Max, where you can get HBO Max, I'm giving out a free 2-week trial code for HBO Max this week. Just follow my channel, and I'll give you more details on that for you. So.
Nice. I tell you what, man, I just finally signed up for HBO Max this last week. And in 2 days, my wife and we completely binged Raised by Wolves.
Oh yeah,
which I am totally going to do a pull a Dawson and do my take on that, because there's so much there to unpack. And I specifically did not watch Dawson's review of it a couple of months ago when he did all that, because I wanted to see it, and it's like now I want to do mine and then go back and review his video and see like where we agreed or didn't, agree or whatever.
Yeah, it was a very entertaining show.
For sure. Well, thanks for being here, Zsjl. TW?
Yes.
You're gonna have to, Theo, Mister. You're gonna have to get your own YouTube channel or podcast or something like that, so we can promote you, because everybody loves you. So
yes, I'm hopefully, like I said, I'm building myself a nice little PC next year. So hopefully I should be able to get the infrastructure going so I can do what we were talking about in the watch party. I was thinking about doing like there's BookTube, like there's all that kind of book reviews and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can find on YouTube. I thought about like just for fun doing like fan fiction reviews, just something weird and different like that.
Dude, right there, your phone, man. You know how many years like I ran this whole entire stinking channel with just my phone up until this year.
Yeah. I had a crappy, I had a worse camera than this. If you saw some of my first streams, Enosh, possibly. Well, when I was on the Four Nerds, I had a crappy tablet. It was like first generation tablet, and sometimes you gotta just jump on there and just do it.
Yeah, and I tell you what, TW, right? That's the best way to get started, because people don't have so much expectations of you. If you come up with great production and all of a sudden, like your content, like, because it takes a while to build into it, and stuff, and know what you want to be. Sometimes if you're able to just start that way, because that's what I did, man. I literally took my phone. I didn't even have a stand for it, so I took a mic stand and I put it in the little crease of the mic of the microphone, mic holder. And I just pointed it at us, man. And we just did our channel that way. Yep. And, and that's it gets your rapport up. It gets people watching you. It gets people listening to you. And it's not always about how great it looks. And this is what I encourage everybody and tell everybody. Just get started. I just did a commercial stream or a commercial video for this thing right here. I got sent this microphone right here. And, it's a GMAC microphone. It comes with the stand. And I'm not meaning to do another commercial right now, but it comes with the stand. It comes with a double pop filter. It's got a little mic there and everything. It's a mic that you can plug right into your computer or whatever. It comes with all that stuff. And like right now, like I do have a promo code and everything for it. You can watch that video and you get it for end up like being like $30 because it's on sale right now for the holidays and everything. And then with my 20% off, you get it for like $34 shipped. And it's a decent mic. You can actually hear it on that video and everything. But I say in that video, I say that for this reason. I say just get started, because I'm going to periodically make videos for people about how to get started. Just and I'll get started.
Yeah, because I've been terrible at kicking the can down the road for everything. So
yeah,
that's I think that's the one thing I've loved about being on here is it's given me the kind of the kick in the pants to want to finally get started on YouTube, or at least get started in some capacity.
Yeah, man, and that's what I've always done. One step too far says, I edit all my videos on my phone, dude. I got iMovie on my phone. You'd be surprised what you can do with iMovie. People love my Theo, my Mark Uno videos. I do all of those on my phone. I mean, from shooting them to editing them, green screen, the whole thing I could do right there in iMovie on my iPhone. And so look, it doesn't matter at the end of the day, because you know what? There's always going to be people with better production than you.
No.
Right? There's always going to be that.
But you're going to build up to that. And shout out to Mad Max. He the one that really told me, because I kept visiting his streams, Enosh.
Mm-hmm.
And Max was like, just do it. Just start your first video, and then, like you said, you just kind of build up that rapport of your viewers, and, you just improve from there. Just add equipment,
Absolutely.
So, but have fun with it,
Yep. So I say that to you, TW, and I say that to anybody watching. You know what? You have a voice. You have something to say that nobody else can say quite like you.
Yes,
And
I know that you're doing like that. We got this cosmic book covered news parody thing
Yeah,
that you're
yeah,
doing.
yeah,
If you want to say, are you being Mark Uno or are you being yourself?
I'm going to be Mark Uno on that. I'm actually going to do a Mark Uno and a Doomcock and a few different things on there. And plus I'm going to be myself along with Johnny. So yeah, we're doing some fun stuff. But I may need a man on the street, man. You know.
What are they gonna do? You know what? I'll be the Mike Zero parody. Well, the other one.
You can be Mike Zero calling in to complain.
I'll do either that or I'll do the weather.
That'd be awesome.
There you go.
Weather. Something.
Well, hey guys, like I said, it's always good to have you all stop by the Poindexter Lounge, and good to have you here, Zsjl. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for being here, TW. Thank you to all of our panel tonight. We had so many people pop in at one point, and like lots of great conversation
It's a
and
madhouse.
differences of opinions. And hey, guys, that's what the Poindexter Lounge is all about. It's about people with even differing opinions to be able to come together and have a sensible conversation and be able to talk to each other like adults. And at the end of the day, we walk away. Even if we don't agree, we still respect each other. And guys, that's what the Poindexter Lounge is about. So I tell you, don't let anybody tell you that your fandom doesn't matter, or that your likes and dislikes don't matter and disrespect you. And don't be disrespectful to others. Treat everybody like you'd want to be treated. And if you do that, there will always be a place for you here in the Poindexter Lounge. And I can tell you something else too, based on the fact that, as we've said before, this man right here, Ray Fisher, will be here Sunday, December 20th, this coming Sunday from 1 to 3 p.m. Given that fact, you know what? The people that you align with does matter. And if you stand for the truth and what's right, good things will happen. Until next time, my name is Enosh, saying stay nerdy, my friends. Good night.